Want to start a podcast?
Hi, America! You're watching Big Brother! Only on CBS!
Stop talking to Mary.
Shut up, production.
Big Brother Gossip.
So what have you accomplished today?
I woke up, I made slop, I worked out, I showered, I ate more slop, I dried my hair, I ate some protein, I took a nap, and then I woke up, and then I ate more slop.
Hold on 1 minute, I gotta go pee in real life.
I really need to go poop.
Did you make a poopy?
Sure did.
You don't even understand. When I get nervous and I get gassy.
Damn, I got soap in my pee-pee hole.
Big Brother Gossip.
Drop big bowl. I see them right now.
Did somebody put a vagina hole right here? No.
Wish you had a beer. Wish I had some dick.
Morning, brother. Looking like a snack.
But I'm sure they don't like one guy being the leader and all these little
Minions.
Stop telling me what to do!
Big Brother Gossip.
I gotta go home to a man that would not be happy if I showed all of America my titties.
I like to call this one desperation.
It's not easy playing both sides.
It's not because they hate you. It's because you're irrelevant.
You called me a weirdo.
If this works, you can all kiss my country.
Hey, Brett, where did...
Chill.
Big Brother Gossip.
I have no idea how to fucking play this game.
I'm a fucking meditation instructor. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I look pretty sick out there.
Have fun partying without the two party bros. You know what?
These girls are terrible. Macho,
Right.
I love weirdos. I'm not friends with normal people.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 24. I'm a fan of In the Back Door.
We are headed to a commercial break.
Be humble and be kind.
Do you think I'm the best player?
You're probably the best player in Big Brother history right now.
I'm getting wasted tonight.
What do you have to say to America? Good morning to America. Thank you for watching.
Good
and
morning,
you are on
princess.
CBS.
Big Brother Gossip.
I'll go to bed tonight, and tomorrow morning it'll be a brand new day with a brand new set of problems, and I might be going to the little house.
Big Brother Gossip.
Oh, the memories. Hi, everybody. It is the season premiere of the Big Brother Gossip Show, season number 10 for us.
Yes.
I'm Scott Hudson. I'm one of your hosts. I am joined by my day drinking partner, the woman that I get drunk with, virtually drunk with, thousands of miles away, at least twice a week. Now it will be 3 times a week. It's Ms. Colette Lala.
I'm so glad to be back for a new season. Gentlemen, I can't wait to start dishing about these whores.
Stop doing that.
We'll never not make you laugh.
I forgot. Is Sam not on this season?
She's not.
Well, we have a Sam.
That's true. We do have a Sam.
And also that other voice you're hearing, he's a world traveler. He's been to more places in the last 4 months than I have in my entire life. Mr. BB Gossip himself. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Colette. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I had a good vacation. So.
Yeah, well, whatever. I just heard a half hour of it, so we don't need to talk about it anymore.
Colette was asking.
I know.
I wanted to know.
I know. But let's get down.
Stories.
Let's get down to business. So, as always, thank you everybody who listens to the Big Brother Gossip Show. I'm sorry that we didn't have a live stream this week. Mixler's not working.
What's a bitch?
Yeah. Next week we'll have an alternate solution. I've kind of got it figured out already. Thank you for listening via the old-fashioned podcast way. And as always, we do have to plug our Patreon. It's patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. If you like our show, you want to help us out, we don't have regular advertising like 99.9% of the podcasts out there. So Patreon's the only way we can, make a couple bucks. And we need a couple bucks. And we have a lot of things up there. We have bonus shows. We have Colette and I. We do day drinking, as I mentioned. Once a week, where we talk about TCM movies and also new shows that are premiering.
Can I take this?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. please, please, please become a patron of the Big Brother Gossip Show. If you do, here's what you're good. We're not just going to take your money and be like, poo-poo, okay, bye-bye, you're done. No, 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 no. We're going to give you shit back in return. So first step, we do day drinking. Day drinking is awesome. It's amazing. We have hardcore fans. We do it year round. We always had one executive producer for like the longest time. Literally this past year, we've jumped up. We have 8 executive producers over on Day Drinking, and we're very excited about it. But Day Drinking, yes, there is a section devoted to TCM. If you hate TCM, if you will never watch a black and white movie in your life, it's okay. That's not a big deal. The whole second half of the show is going to keep you up to date on everything premiering on TV, cable, your premium cable channels like HBO, Stars, Showtime, whatnot, and streaming services, Netflix, Acorn, Amazon, Hulu. And I can't tell you how many times the following week I'm tweeting about some new show and someone's like, oh, what's that? What are you talking about? Or, oh, I didn't know that show was back. Well, if you listen to Day Drinking, you would never, ever, ever miss a premiere again. Also, Scott and I do the Bravo bonus show. And I'm going to toot our own horn a little bit here. The Bravo bonus show has been so good. We're covering Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Right, so we got that whole Puppygate LVP drama to deal with, and New York City.
Which has been a nut show.
Just insane with Bethany and Luann and all of that BS. So, yeah, that's been a lot of fun. And then that's going to wind down in the next couple weeks. We're probably going to sub in a little Southern Charm, maybe a little Below Deck Mediterranean. And then OC is going to start, probably Dallas. So that's what we're going to be talking about. A lot of people really, really love our Bravo bonus show. Also, you'll get a newsletter. You can sign up for the newsletter. And basically, it's your own personal TV guide. So I have so many people who get it. The second they get it, some print it out and literally highlight the shows they want to watch. They get it, they go to their DVR, they set their schedule for the next week. You will never miss a premiere or a show again. You will be in the know. I encourage everybody, please, 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 check it out. You'll love it. We have a lot of summertime listeners, and then we have a lot of year-round listeners. So we love everybody to just sort of check it out. Please go to patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. And it's just a way also for you guys to say thank you to us for what we're doing here. And Scott mentioned we don't have ads, but also us not having ads kind of allows us to say whatever the hell.
That's right.
And not
which is why we get in trouble sometimes. But we can't get in real trouble because it's
can't
only...
get in real trouble with anybody. We get in trouble with each other.
Exactly.
Mike gets in trouble with me a lot, but other than that, it's fun.
And also, part of the perks at patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip is you can be like various levels of producers. And we have a couple super executive producers. Our first one is Stephen Darby, whose only request is for us to give him a hearty War Eagle dropped in somewhere. So thank you, War Eagle.
What's a War Eagle? Is that something I need to look up?
I don't know. It's just his nickname, I guess.
Oh, okay. It's kind of sexy.
Our second super executive producer is Matt Gray, the writer and director of the upcoming feature film Madison Was Here. On her last night in town, shy teenager Madison Baker sneaks out with her best friends to throw caution to the wind and confess her feelings to her longtime crush. What takes place over the night will forever change the course of their lives. Inspired by Stand By Me, The Goonies, and the best of John Hughes, Madison Baker Was Here is a coming-of-age story about the impact of friendship. This independent film is currently in production in Folsom, California, and you can be credited as an executive producer by donating as little as $20 to the Madison Baker Was Here Indiegogo campaign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The campaign ends on July 1st.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Just go to MadisonBakerWasHereMovie.com to see more and follow along with production by liking any Facebook page or by following the director at Mentality Films on Instagram. And Ms. Lala, I understand that you have a little connection to this movie?
Yeah, so here's how this started. I'm a knitter. I do a lot of knitting, and I've knitted hundreds of things for a lot of our listeners. Still knitting, by the way. Still working on those shrugs. And so Matt Gray contacted me, and this was so exciting because he was like, I'm making a movie, and I saw that you make these fingerless gloves, and I need this certain character to wear these fingerless gloves. Like, and if you know anything about like costume wardrobes, which actually we do talk about on Day Drinking when we talk about our TCM stuff, it's like there's a reason why every character wears what they're wearing in a movie. So this teenage girl in this movie needed to wear fingerless gloves, and he's like, I need them to be in a slate blue color. Can you do it by such and such a date? And I was like, okay. And then I was like, wait, these are going to be in a movie. I need to make these super cool. I need to make these kind of amazing. So I searched and searched and searched, worked on patterns, practiced, came up with something, and I loved it. And I sent them to him, and I was like, are these okay? Will these work? And he loved them. And the actress, I heard, loved them. He used to send me pictures of the actress on set wearing my gauntlets that I had made for her, and apparently all the other teenage girls were really jealous because they didn't get them. And so when I posted them on my Instagram, and people were like, "Oh, can I get a pair like that?" And I had no intention whatsoever of like it being me taking orders for it. And then more orders came in, and people were like, oh, I want them in red, I want them in black, I want them in purple, whatever. And so I named them the Cinemits.
There you go.
In a movie, and I think I've made maybe like 20 of them at this point. So I have taken a brief pause of the Cinemits, but you can find them on my Instagram, you can find them on my Facebook. Make sure you're following me. I will start up making them again in the fall. They're really, really cute. They're amazing. They're just awesome. And then now you can be like, oh, I'm wearing the ones in the movie. Madison Baker was here. So that's kind of cool.
Fabulous. Fabulous. All right, we also have some executive producers. I think Colette's in charge of that.
We have the Captain and Tennille of the Swingers world, Phil and Angie Baker.
Oh, Barker, I thought it was.
Vince Chen Moonves is our next executive producer. And lastly, we have the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther Wiley Paco Bendito Smith.
Hey, he has 2 nicknames.
I think he had like 7 in that one, but okay.
All right. Well, thank you to our executive producers and our associate producers, John Zimmer, Anthony Machado, Crystal Litz, Jonathan Crouch, and Lori Browse, along with Killer, I suppose. Thank you to all you people who help us out. So, what has everybody been up to? We kind of talked already about the day drinking and stuff, but Mike, why don't you fill us in?
Well, besides going on a vacation, I actually took a little bit of a road trip just yesterday. Did you know that, Colette?
I saw you talking about
something,
but I mean, I didn't watch any videos or, take interest in that other person.
No.
But I saw you were in a car driving somewhere.
We drove to Tennessee. And because I was on a mission, and I thought of something a while ago that I wanted to do something that we could do for our Patreon people. And so I actually earlier this year purchased a Big Brother Gossip tote bag and you know what I'm talking about, the tote bag that you can get threadless?
Yeah.
I purchased one of those, and yesterday we drove to Nashville, Tennessee, and we saw a stand-up comedian, and I approached him afterwards, and I asked him to sign it because I thought it'd be really cool. And so Tom Green...
Oh, fuck you! Oh, my God, I hate you! Ah!
He signed the Big Brother Gossip tote bag, and I want to give that away.
I didn't know that's because I showed you that I was muting any mention of Tom Green. I did.
So you wouldn't have, if he would have talked about it on Twitter, you wouldn't have still known about it.
Because I muted the words Tom Green.
Yeah. So I didn't mention it though. I've been saving it for this very moment, Colette, to let you know that yes, I met Tom Green last night, and he signed my Big Brother Gossip tote bag that I want to give away. At some point later this year during the Big Brother season, we're going to figure out a way to do it for our patrons. You're going to have to be a patron to be eligible to win this, but one of our patrons will win this Tom Green signed tote bag. So, but not only that, Colette, I also bought a day drinking tote bag.
Oh God!
And I had Tom Green sign that as well.
No, Mike.
So we have 2 tote bags. These are like 18 by 18 inches, heavy canvas. They're really nice, very sturdy. And we will be giving those away to a couple of patrons at some point this season. But you're going to need to be a patron, so please sign up to be a patron.
I hate
I think it's
and he's
fabulous.
human.
And by the way, if you want your own tote bag,
Merged the day drinking name with Tom Green. I can't believe you.
If you look at the pictures, they're in our chat. You can click on it and enlarge it. You can see his.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see those pictures.
All right.
and by the way, if you want your own tote bag or T-shirts or whatever, BigBrotherGossip.threadless.com. I'm laughing my ass off at this because I knew what the reaction was going to be.
You knew he did this?
Oh yeah.
No. You know what? Scott did not know until what?
Thursday
Wednesday
night.
Yeah, I got a little bit paranoid, Colette. I thought, Scott, I planned on doing this for months, and I thought, is Colette going to get really mad at me, or is she going to be just kind of like, no, Mike? And Scott reassured me that you wouldn't be happy, but you wouldn't want to kill me, or at least you wouldn't actually kill me. You might want to.
Yeah, so I think that's fair.
Scott, so yes, I went down there, met Tom Green. He put on a very good show. He's very funny, and I know you don't like him, Colette, but I also know that you don't absolutely hate him. He is actually very talented. It was a very enjoyable show. It's amazing how quick anybody that's like that does stuff, how quick they are and how good they are, and we enjoyed it. If he comes near your area, please go see him. And thank you, Tom, for signing these.
Is he listening tonight?
No, he's on stage right now down back there at Zany's in Nashville. So nope. Nope. That was it.
All right. I think we're done with all this. Let's get into Big Brother 21, right?
Yeah.
And as always, we have to start off with something that allows me to go get a refill. The layout of the house, Ms. Colette.
Yes.
I know this.
I got this.
Yeah, I know this is one of your favorite segments. Tell us about the layout.
It is. Well, I don't know why, but I continually look forward to the house pictures and whatnot every year. I'm big on interior design. I'm big on art, so I'm excited about this. But then, once again, I found out that Scott Story with an E, the interior designer of Big Brother, is back to shit all over everything interior design. The theme this year is camping, as in that awful show from Lena Dunham that starred Jennifer Garner on HBO. Let's start in the kitchen. The dining room table has curved bench seating, pine beams are installed overhead, random branches are affixed to the wall and ceiling, while the cabinets are decorated with pseudo-triangle flags. It's a hodgepodge mess of epic proportions. Instead of a sensible, lazy Susan, the center of the dining table is filled with logs and river rocks. Even the dinnerware is camping themed. They will be eating off of aluminum trays. If you follow Jenny Mullen on Instagram, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners do, it looks like the tray that she uses for her dictator lunches.
Okay.
So if you get the reference, you get the reference. You know what I'm talking about. The lounge area, I didn't find it exactly seating friendly. There's only a 12-foot wide rowboat in which house guests are able to actually lounge. The color is what I imagine an ulcer would look like if it burst.
Okay.
It's sort of rusty and off-putting and gross.
The vision of that is interesting.
Yeah, that's the color of the rowboat that they're all going to lounge around in. No, but seriously, it's a decent-sized room, the lounge, right? And it was just this rowboat taking up like kind of a small corner of it, and the rest of it to me was wasted space. The HOH room is where the real nightmares come alive. It's supposed to be glamping in a mock canvas tent, but I think it looks like the perfect place for Jason to kill people. Mounting his victims' heads on the wall would actually improve the decor. Our ulcer rust color makes another reappearance here, as well as, for no reason whatsoever, Moroccan lamps hang from the ceiling, Oriental rugs cover the floor, and a hand-carved Mexican headboard that would be more suited for a hacienda adore the room. Once again, random branches are attached everywhere, and I can't help but wonder if one fell on Scott Story's head as he planned this year's decor. The game room looks a little like the cafeteria and the original 1961 Parent Trap, which, I mean, to be honest, I'm not all that mad at. I love the Haley Mills Parent Trap with its split logs on the wall. House guests can play checkers, backgammon, and chess in there, which I'm feeling like that's new, right, Mike? They can play 3 games. It's not just chess. It's backgammon and checker. And here's something interesting.
That's because people don't know how to play chess.
Supposedly, the tropical fish in the aquarium look like trout.
Okay. Okay.
You know, how you camp and you fish and you catch trout. Apparently, that's what they look like. Okay, let's get to the bedrooms. The first bedroom is the travel trailer room, which is basically Matthew McConaughey's Airstream, with ugly pine beds and cartoon mountains painted on the wall. And apparently, a surprise awaits the house guest inside the Airstream.
What is that surprise?
I don't know. We don't know.
Oh.
That's just what CBS is telling us. Another bedroom that's right on the other side of the trailer's door looks a little more feminine with like really ugly Easter egg pastel colors. Curtain windows as headboards, a potbelly stove in the room, ribbons hanging on a shelf, and faux wood grain walls. It's really ugly. The next bedroom is archery themed, but it looks more like 2 giant tits on the wall.
Oh, I kind of like that then.
The bedspreads are tie-dyed, and the wall behind the beds is literally made of hay bales with a bunch of arrows sticking out of them. When your set designer is literally influenced by Hildy, you know it's a giant shit show.
God, I know that reference.
I do too.
The bathroom is, I thought maybe it was the only place that's not too offensive. It leans more nautical than camping, with a navy L-shaped couch, white piping on the cushions, paddles on the door, and awnings over the mirrors. There's nothing super offensive for me here. I actually thought it was interesting that there was a nice cushy couch in there that they could sit in. I was like, oh, well, why didn't you put that in the lounge room?
Yeah, I think the bathroom will be used more for lounging than any other room.
The living room features a table made of those logs that Joanna Gaines always leaves in her fireplaces. I believe they're seriously. They made an entire table out of those birch logs. There's LED lights in the wall that light up a forest scene, and 3 very menacing wire stags look down over everyone. The couches are curved and pea soup green. There's a navy stripe on the couch, and actually, that navy stripe is the only thing I like about the room. I think it's 2 feet wide. That's it. Outside, I only saw one view of the outside. The pool area, I thought it looked kind of cheap and uncomfortable. The awnings are like a mustard yellow with hard benches pressed up against the wall and gingham ottomans placed about. There are 2 plastic light blue kayaks in the tiny pool. Like the Big Brother pool, it's not an Olympic-sized pool. Ryan Lochte is not in this house. It's not an Olympic-sized pool. It's a smallish pool, and there's 2 plastic kayaks in it, like that can fit a grown male, an adult male, and which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because with 1 row of your oar, you're literally at the end of the pool. Like, I don't understand how you're going to turn around. I don't get it, but there you go. I searched everywhere trying to find views, and I'm sure there is like a seating area and whatnot that's a little bit more appealing, but this is a shit show. It's ugly, it's hideous, it's disgusting, and Scott Storey, he needs to be pushed up against the circular dartboard in the big tits room and shot with it.
There you go.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But I do know one thing that Mike likes about the new layout.
Oh, do you, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't. Colette, did you mention the ladder?
No, I didn't.
So there's a ladder.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
I know,
but I did want to say, Mike, because I know, Mike, you get a little nerdy about the. I mean, I get nerdy about the interior design, but you get nerdy about like the technical stuff. So, Mike, what do you have to add?
Very little to add, except for what I was saying. There's a ladder. For some reason, they decided to give a second way to get to the upper level. So
can't wait for a girl in heels to fall down that.
Yes. There's an actual. It's like a treehouse kind of theme to that upper loft area, and so there's a ladder right by the front door to get up to that area, and the actual front door, has gone back to only being 1 door instead of 2. So that's interesting. I think it still opens in, though, versus out. So we'll have to see what happens when the first house guest is evicted with the door.
We all know how much Mike hates the holding the door open thing.
Yes.
All right.
So that's all I noticed. Just that the door's only one thing wide and the ladder going up.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I have not looked at a single picture of the interior because I don't give a fuck.
Yep. We know that.
Okay, well, let's move on to the cast of Big Brother 21. And despite what all these experts were saying in the weeks before, including Newsweek magazine, or was it Time, one of the two, there are 16 new people.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
It's not half and half, which was what the prediction was. So,
I would say, my tits got hard that day. That was a good day. I was so scared. You have no idea how scared
I know. So let's start off with Annalise Talavera, or Anal Lice, as I heard some people calling her. 22 years old, from Northridge, California. Her occupation is college soccer star. I don't know how that's an occupation, but okay.
She's a Division I soccer player.
Okay. Her favorite activities is she loves tanning and going to the beach. If tanning could be an occupation, that would be her calling. All right, good. Her life's motto, though, is, just like it says in my Insta bio, be a badass with a good ass. Okay, I'm starting to like her a little bit more here.
There's nothing to hate about that, I gotta be honest.
And then here's my favorite thing. Of the things that the question is, what would you take into the house and why? And here's one of her answers. I would want to bring my skimpy bikini so I could track the guys and get them on my side. Oh, that's a girl after my heart. God bless her. All right, so I endured both the Jeff and Ika interviews, and despite what all you Ika fans say, her interviews weren't that much better than Jeff's. Let's be honest here.
I just about blew my brains in, like 4 people in. I was like, I can't. Yeah, same questions over and over again. I'm sorry, she's the new Jeff.
It was more about her than it was about anyone she's talking to.
Yeah, it was more about, let me show the fans who I like or who I don't like.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I would say that it was less about her this year than last year.
I will agree with that.
She toned it down a little bit, but not as much as some of us would have liked.
Actually, she didn't bother me as much last year. This year,
really,
yeah,
bothered me last year.
All right, well, I've gathered a couple clips of each of these people, and we're going to play them, and then we'll kind of talk about what we think of this young woman. First off, this is her telling Jeff about her fandom.
I've been watching Big Brother since I was literally 10 years old, so I've watched your season, you and Jordan. I love you guys so much.
Since you were 10?
Literally, yeah, since I was 10.
That makes me old.
Yes.
My strategy is honestly probably to play a game kind of like Casey last season, how she was pretty low-key, and I think that's kind of what helped her get to the end because she was so low-key. And she wasn't really on anyone's radar. I'm definitely competitive and athletic like Angela was, so I think that might be kind of my downfall, is just wanting to win all the competitions, and then that might be a target. I might be a target for certain
your
people.
strategy right now is going in and trying to lay low,
yes,
but win if you have to.
But win, yes, exactly.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's funny because I heard her mention Casey, and I was like, who the hell's Casey? I don't even remember. Like, seriously, and she mentions Casey kind of over and over again in both interviews. I went blank. I was like, there's no Casey on those seasons. Yeah, and I even kind of like her. But yeah, I finally figured out who she was talking
But your brain was thinking Casey.
No, I don't know what my or
Really?
letters K and C. Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
I don't know what my brain was thinking. I could not place the word Casey to a face, and I was like, and when it finally dawned on me, I was like, oh yeah, no, the winner of last season. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here she is telling Ika something about her personality that I don't believe for a second.
What about people or certain personalities that just rub you the wrong way?
Yeah, so I really hate people who are really loud and obnoxious, want to be the center of attention.
you can be the center of attention, just being yourself, not really being so loud and obnoxious. So I don't really mesh with people like that.
Okay.
So that might upset me, and I'll get pretty annoyed. And I just, obviously there's a lot of talking behind the back and stuff like that. So if I find out that someone was saying something that I never said, I'm going to go up to that person and confront them, ask them why they're saying that about me, and just confront them. I don't look like I'm confrontational, but I'm super confrontational.
No, I believe it's there.
Yeah. You'll see.
I don't buy that for a second. I can't see her being confrontational.
So how many more clips do you have?
Just one more.
Okay, because I have stuff to say, so I'll wait till your next one.
Okay. This is where she talks about her resting bitch face.
What will people not like about you?
I think this is what I've gotten in the past so many times.
Okay.
Is I have, the RBF is?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone when they first meet me, they're super intimidated just because I have this RBF going on. So I think that might rub people the wrong way, and that's normally when they don't really like me because they think I'm a,
like the B word?
The B word, exactly. I'm the B word. But then they get to know me, and I'm super sweet, and it all ends up working out.
Until you're
until they piss me off, yeah.
Like you're throwing down the floor.
Exactly. Then it's a whole different side.
It's a whole other story.
All right, Colette, go.
Okay, look, Annalise, gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous. The most beautiful girl by far in the house this year. Oddly, it's weirdly like a struggle for her to talk with her mouth, but not with her hands. I mean, she can speak volumes with those hands. I mean, I was watching the Encyclopedia Britannica come out of those fingers of hers when she was talking. But like with those big, beautiful brown eyes, you're kind of like, she's a little bit of a lost fawn in the woods. She comes across very young. If she told me in this interview that she was 16 years old, I would 100%.
Oh, especially with that voice.
She really looks like that. She's kind of timid, and there's no bass in her voice at all. There's no firmness or conviction. It's a lot of giggling, and at one point she did talk about like Jesus and whatever. But then she said she was confrontational, but then I also know like Division I athletes, they're hardcore. It's a big deal. Like, it's a big deal. You're at the top of your game. So I'm like, oh, she's super competitive. She's on a really good team. Here's the thing about me. I do kind of always look for the hot, badass girl to...
Funny thing is, so do I.
Shut up. Like, a lot of people look at the pretty girls and they're like, I don't like her. She's such a stupid bitch. I'm not that girl. Those are the chicks I root for. Like the Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider. Like, because I'm like, no, that's who I want to be like. So I want to root for that chick. I want her to succeed. So I want to like her a lot. But after all of this, after seeing her in the interview, I need to be like, she's a wait and see for me. I need to wait and see because she's telling me things I like with her being confrontational and her being a badass and her being competitive. Okay, that I like. But then when I see her and I'm like, she's a little timid, she's a little meek, she seems really young and immature, that I don't like. So she's a big, big question mark for me.
Okay. Mike?
That's where I'm going to leave Annalise.
I think she's a perfect example of what we see in the interviews may not be what we see once they're in the house.
Oh, good point.
Just because I think she was really nervous about the interviews, and she was very hunched. She's leaned in, her head was down, and so she seemed kind of tight, like I don't know. I think she just seemed really nervous. I have no doubt she talked on a couple of the clips that we don't play. She talked about how she takes people down on the soccer field, and she said, I've gotten red cards, I've gotten yellow cards. So I don't doubt that on the soccer field.
Yeah, she talked about like beating girls' asses and throwing them down.
God, I'd like to see that.
I have the videos to prove it on my phone. It's like, okay. So I think she might be, but in the house, she's not going to be with her her classmates, her other teammates. She's going to be with a bunch of people that she doesn't know, and she will be one of the youngest in the house. So it's going to be interesting once the feeds kick on to see how that's developed. I'm hopeful that she's going to be interesting, but I don't have a clue yet based on what the interviews showed us.
Okay. Well, first off, I think it should be noted that one of the rumors floating around, based on the live feed leak that we'll talk about later, is that she may already be gone.
Yeah, I
don't know if that's true. I'm not going to say it's definite. I'm not like some people that are already freaking out, about everything I hear. But that's one of the stories floating around. I hope she lasts a little while because, I mean, if she's willing to like lay out in skimpy bikinis all the time, I'm definitely a fan. And I think you guys are both right in that in her interviews, she's not really fully acting how she probably really is. I think maybe she's trying to give the answers that both of them wanted, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I think that she could be she's either going to be a surprise or she's going to be there's the token model that gets out second every year or almost every year. I could see her being that.
She did, and because I was trying to pay attention to some of this, she did mention she seems, if she's being honest, has been aware of the show for several years. She said since she was, I think, 10 or 11. Yes. So she's aware of the show, but I will say that this isn't a live feed person. This is a person who just watched the TV show. Maybe when her siblings were watching it or something too. It may not have been her watching it.
Right, which is most fans.
Yes. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Christy Murphy, age 28, from Staten Island, New York. Current city is Keyport, New Jersey. She's a boutique owner. One thing in her bio that scares me, one of the questions is what is the most difficult part about living inside the Big Brother house? And she talks about how there's no music because I'm the whistling girl. I'm always either singing or whistling, so I'm going to definitely miss music. So, yeah, she'll be this year's Stop Singing girl. Otherwise, here's a good one. Her strategy includes she plans on using her sexuality as a major social advantage. I'm going into the house as the openly feminine lesbian. I will use my femininity and charm to easily persuade and slowly manipulate the men while also being the emotional shoulder and best friend to all the girls. I like that. I like that. All right, here's a couple clips of her. Starting off, this one, even though all those things I just read sounded pretty good, this one kind of scared me.
I want to lay a little bit low. Listen, I'm sure everyone says Derek, but he was a behind-the-scenes man, and it's kind of my thing. I also loved the way Tyler played. He did play a great game. I definitely want to align with a male and a female. So
you haven't thought about this at all?
No, I've been eating, sleeping, breathing, everything Big Brother since I'm a teenager, honestly.
The Derek thing scares me.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that they like Derek.
Because 16 is one of the seasons they give them.
Yeah, they get maybe 10 through 20, but they don't get 15, and they talk about these people. Because, it's...
So wait, can I quickly mention that the second she walked into the diary room to see Jeff, she burst into tears and she was crying.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
she was crying at the start of the interview.
Yep, she was. Okay, here's a couple clips about her sexuality. First one, I'm playing because of something that will come up later, too.
I don't. No, I'm newly. Well, not newly, but I'm single. Yes, I'm single out of a pretty long relationship, but happily single, free. I'm a serial monogamist. My whole life I've been in a relationship. So for me right now, this is like my time, and I'm a free bird.
And the person she's talking about that she just got out of a long relationship with is the aunt of somebody coming up later.
But I don't know if your clip includes it, but the age difference I heard
21 years.
21 years,
Yes. So here...
she's Sarah Paulson in Holland. What's her name?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
So here's some more talk about how she used to date guys.
After dating men for 9 years.
And reading them.
For 9 years. What made you say, I'm so done with this entire male gender?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. You know what it is? It's not that I'm totally done. I will never say never. Maybe a man could come out of clear blue sky and sweep me off my feet and be perfect. My experience with men is that they are they start out cool and strong, and they can tame me and handle me, and then my personality is a little too intimidating for them. They get weak, they get insecure, and they get boring to me. I met a woman, and it kind of just clicked. It was like light bulbs went off, and it was like, well, this makes a lot more sense. Physically, spiritually, connection, everything. It's just a totally different ball game. I mean, I can't see myself going back, but I would never say never. Right.
Okay.
As Romeo Void once said.
See, I don't think she should call herself a lesbian. If she went through her entire life dating men, and then all of a sudden she finds herself attracted to a woman, no, I'm sorry, you were not 6 years old chasing girls around the schoolyard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You can tell some kids, 6, 7 years old, you know immediately they're gay. Immediately. But if you go till you're 25, 26 years old dating the opposite sex, getting off on the opposite sex, and then suddenly you're like, and you know, hey, look, we've all been there. We've all tried it out, right? But I think she should call herself bisexual.
That's probably more accurate. Yeah. I have to say, even though the crying thing was embarrassing, when she first sat down with Jeff, I was mesmerized by her eyes. She has
really pretty blue eyes,
right? She has really gorgeous blue eyes. I was mesmerized by her. I think that she is going to be a contender. I think she's going to be really, really strong. She might not be an expert at the game. She seems really personable in that I think she could talk to anybody and hang with anybody.
I agree.
And I think that she's not a soccer player like that previous girl, but she seems to be relatively in shape, so she could be, a
You didn't see any of her body, Scott. I'm sorry. All you saw were her shoulders.
Okay.
You did not see
Okay, well, whatever.
You can't and I'm just saying, you can't judge that about anybody that you saw, because all you saw was up to the
all right. Well, whatever. I just think I have high hopes for her, and I hope she does well. I think.
Was that the last clip?
I am stunned by that comment from you.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
Clip? I agree with you, Scott, in that I think she has a good chance. I think she's going to do all right. Well, of course, we're both saying this knowing information that we will talk about later.
Well, that's true.
But I would have said that anyways.
Yes. My opinions were before the feed
She
leak.
seems to have a really good read of people. The ability her personality came across. She seems to have a good sense of herself and a good head on her shoulders. She may not have a good sense of her sexuality, but she seems to have a good sense of other things. Just people in general. And so it just seemed like she's 28. She's not 22. And this 28 in this house is old. So, I think she's going to be all right.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so I will preface this as I did not listen to the leak, and I actually have no idea what was revealed during the leak. So this is my opinion without knowledge of the leak. Her clothing store is called Mystic Earth, and she was wearing an Om necklace. This was the symbol for Om. And you hear her talk, and there's a very thick New York accent, and then she's all airy-fairy and new age crunchy. And I thought that the two didn't go together naturally for me. I was like, oh, are you trying to be the new Long Island Medium? I was like, and she's like, oh, every morning I want everybody to sit around in a gratitude circle and say
yeah. That's bullshit.
Bitch, you're not getting me into your gratitude circle. I do think she will be a leader, and she will be a huge personality in the house. That I picked up upon immediately. But then she also said that she would rather lose and be loved. She's super airy, fairy, and crunchy. She's really emotional. She wants to talk about everything and feel everything and discuss their feelings and
kind of Vanessa-ish.
Meditate on shit. And I'm just like, oh, shut up. I actually didn't mind her with Jeff, and then the second she started talking with Ika, I got so bored, and I was like, oh, please end, please end. I can't wait to never hear her again. So I actually found her Facebook page for her store, and it looks like she got the leftover inventory from the now defunct Dress Barn. It was lots of ripped, bedazzled jeans and flowy peasant blouses. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of gross.
Well, two of us think she'll do well.
Okay, well, I mean,
No, I
obviously,
think- no.
you two have seen some
No.
leak that,
No,
like,
but-
says she does.
No, I thought that before
Wait,
the leak. I
I
thought,
don't think, in Colette's defense, I don't think I would have said the same thing too before, but I don't think Colette's saying she won't do well. She's just saying she's not impressed with it.
I distinctly
Yeah.
said she will
And-
be a leader.
Yeah, I know you did. That's
I
what
said
I'm saying.
that,
I'm
and she
supporting
has a
you,
big
Colette.
personality.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I still can't like her.
Right.
Right,
and,
right,
and
right.
I think,
I get it.
And
I get
I completely agree with your assessment of her. I thought, what's her name? The spray tan that was on a few seasons ago. You know, I was like, oh God, another one of these. But then when she did her interviews, it's like, okay, I'm not catching that. Even though her bio read that way, I'm not catching that vibe in her interviews. That was where I kind of turned a little bit. Like, okay, she's not quite as her bio read. Airy fairy, you know, oh, we're gonna sit in a circle and do all that, but her interviews didn't
You
read
know,
that.
when she talks, she doesn't sound like that at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, well, moving on to our third person. This is the token old dude, Cliff Hogg III, Boss Hogg. Age 53, from Houston. He's a petroleum engineer. His bio was really, really boring, so let's just get to the clips. First off, he talks about how long he's been a fan.
Huge fan, forever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So is this tripping you out being in the diary room? This is the diary room. The house is right there.
It's hard to recognize because I've been on the other side of the screen. I'm not used to seeing it from over here. I've been watching since season 8, so I've watched a lot of diary room sessions, crying and laughing and yelling and everything else, and I'm inside the diary room.
You did it, man. You did it.
Dreams do come true. Jeff loves to say that. Here, I got to say, this guy is pretty self-aware, though. I like what he says here about his age.
You may not believe it or not, but I'm a little older maybe than some of the other people on there. I've seen enough seasons to know that sometimes the old guy gets targeted a little earlier.
Sometimes it happens.
I'm still holding out hope. This is a special geriatric season. It's everyone on walkers and scooters, and I think I'm going to dominate.
Can you imagine a geriatric season? And this one is actually, this is the one semi-serious one. He actually tells Ike a true plan to make it through the season.
Being an older guy sometimes makes me a little bit more of a target, so I think I'm going to have to play a little more aggressively than maybe I would otherwise if I was fitting more into the rest of the group. Mm-hmm. But I think initial strategy is really, I'm going to have to find people who want to play the game a little bit early, maybe some dominant players, maybe some of the alpha male type guys, and see if I can go to them and say, look, I'm a loyal soldier. You've got a vote you can count on. I will watch your back. You watch mine. And see if I can get in some alliance with some of those guys. Use them as a little bit of a meat shield. Let them be the targets more so than me sitting in the back who's this non-threatening guy that's just hanging around entertaining people. And I learned a long time ago as a kid, if you can become the teacher's pet during the first week or two and really make people start making assumptions about you, it becomes a lot easier to change over time. And people don't ever want to admit that they maybe misjudged you. So I'm going to start off very nice and friendly and all, and then maybe move into a little bit more, as I have to cut people loose and do things like that going forward. That'll be more for the back half of the game, I think. A little more of the betrayals and the devious side.
Okay, well, you did.
Compared to the few previous token old dudes, that's a little more self-aware than any of them were. I mean, that's better than Glenn. That's better than Summer of Steve.
Yep.
So, but then this is the clip that made me like this guy. He's got little digs at Swaggy here. He's got a dig at Jeff's mosquito question. This is a man after my heart right there.
I'm not on this show to shill T-shirts or other products online. I'm not here to be an Instagram celebrity. I'm here to win this game. I want $500,000 to take care of my family. I want to win the game because I want the bragging rights.
I got to ask you one more question because I ask everybody. Yeah. Would you rather win this game, Cliff, and be hated by America or lose and be loved?
One giant mosquito. Is that the wrong question?
Yeah.
Good job, Cliff. And Jeff didn't do the mosquito question this year, thank God. But that
No, and we should explain that because I didn't get it. I missed it. I'd forgotten. It had been so long.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
So-
one of the
so-
questions last year that he asked, like 2/3 of them, was something about I don't remember the exact words.
Do you want to take on like a bunch? Do you want to take on one giant mosquito and never have to deal with them again, or fight a bunch of small mosquitoes? It was just a stupid question.
Yeah.
And it was so dumb that obviously Cliff threw it back.
And it
in
was
Jeff's
something that on
face.
Twitter, when we heard Jeff was doing it again, people were making, oh, yeah, the mosquito question, he's going to ask that again. So the fact that this guy made fun of it made me laugh.
Kudos to Cliff.
My opinion of this guy is, if he is able to play that game that he wants to like get one of the stud dudes to like take care of him, he might last a little ways away. But otherwise, he's going to be the guy when somebody doesn't want to quote get blood on their hands. He's the easiest guy to get rid of.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the deal with most of the old people on. They're the easy people to eliminate. Nobody cares when the old dude is kicked out. So I don't think he'll make it very long unless he does find that one buddy who helps him throughout the season. And I don't see that happening. Mike, what do you think?
I don't think he's just a +1 with whatever alliance is going on. Oh yeah, we got Cliff over there too. He'll do what we want. I'd love to be surprised and be wrong, but I don't see him being any better than any other. He's not going to do any better than Jerry from what? Big Brother 10? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have the mosquito question here.
Okay.
Fight a giant mosquito one time and get your ass whooped by it and never get back again, or do you like the relationship that you have with mosquitoes right now?
Okay. Yeah.
See, I've watched every Jeff interview ever, and I don't remember that.
I know it was.
He did it a bunch of times last year. He did.
Really
I had to Google it.
Yeah.
I had to literally Google one giant mosquito, and as soon as you do that, it actually comes up.
All right, Colette, what do you think of this dude?
Look, he's a charming, good old boy. He's going to suck in competitions. We all know that. But I have a feeling he's going to be super likable, and he's going to have a lot of fun stories that the young kids are going to really like. So in that way, that's what I think is going to differentiate between the old guys of yesteryear. Because the old guys of yesteryear, I don't think they were as charming as Cliff, as old Cliff Hogg. I think he may be able to suck them in a little bit with his humor.
I hope so.
I had a gun stuck to my face one time. You know what I mean? Like, he could do that stuff. So,
Too bad Sam's not on this season. They would have been pals.
100% appreciate the dig that he gave to Swaggy.
Oh, God, yes.
I mean, 100%. This guy, he is not winning Big Brother. It'll be a miracle if he makes it to jury, but if he does, it's going to be because of his personality, because he's super likable, and I found him personally to be more likable than the older guys of yesteryear.
Okay. And now we move on to David Alexander, 29 years old, from Atlanta. He's a photographer. There wasn't really anything interesting in his bio at all. I didn't highlight anything, so let's just get to the clips. First off, yeah, he's definitely a recruit.
Big Brother, are you a fan?
Yes, I became a fan as of recently.
As of when?
About 100 days ago.
Okay.
I've been gorging and binging on it, just understanding the concepts and everything behind the scenes to come in and attack this summer.
So what seasons did you watch?
I watched most of last season, and I watched a lot of season 12.
Okay.
And by a lot of season 12, probably a couple episodes, right?
Yeah.
And I think I didn't get the clip, but I think he was the one that said, well, earlier I said I was a super fan. I was told not to say that anymore.
Yeah. So I guess when he was with Jeff, I think he said that, and then someone was like, actually, no, you're not a super fan. People will catch on. And look, like 70% of these people we're talking about, and actually a few that we've already talked about, are 100% recruits.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Recruits. It's not, look, they need to cast pretty people. If they cast just all Big Brother fans, it would be like 55-year-old women who live in their basements with a lot of cats. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not going to have that on CBS in prime time 3 days a week. You know what I mean? Like,
And it would be a boring show.
Young people who look good in bathing suits. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. I've never understood the mentality that it's supposed to be a cast of people who are like super, super into the show.
No, and actually, when you do cast a super fan, those are the ones that are like super, super aware of all the cameras and they edit themselves. Yeah. I need somebody who doesn't edit themselves for me so I can make fun of them properly.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones that also they go into the storage room and go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in the Big Brother storage room. I hate those people. I fucking want them to all die.
This is where James hid in the trash can.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that Ica did that was really fucking annoying was
only one.
You know, one of the things.
Like 20.
One of the things I said. She was like, "Okay, I want you to give me your anger face."
Yeah, the face.
And so I only got one clip of this, and this is this guy.
So you also have a weird little talent. You said you could cry on command. I have never met anybody who said cry on command. What kind of evil are you? What is wrong with you? Are you doing it right now? Oh my gosh! You really are sitting here crying on command? Okay.
He's getting tears to come out. At least one.
Yeah,
you really are the devil. Oh my God! You did it! He's really crying.
So the entire clip was Ica, which is like typical of an Ica interview.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he did actually. He even did a little sniffle in the cry. So he actually did it.
I mean, he had a Lisa Rinna, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She returned the bunny, tear running down.
Yeah,
his
she
face.
did.
That's what
he
he
really
had.
did. He really did. So okay, one more. I mean, this guy was hard to get clips from. He's not very interesting. This is his answer to the stupid Jeff, win or be loved, whatever.
Oh, I mean, I'll take the win and then make everybody love me afterwards. I don't know. Yeah, I'll win. I'll take the hate.
Everybody just wants the dough.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that answer to a stupid question. I'll win and then I'll make them love me afterwards. Okay, that's fine. This guy's pre-jury. He's not making it long. I don't see him making it long.
Okay.
What do you think, Mike?
I think the fact that he can force himself to cry has the potential to indicate that he could be ruthless. I would bet that he has used that ability to force himself to cry in relationships in the past.
I mean, the fact that he knows he's able to do that.
Yeah, to me that's like, he could be.
So he's a manipulative person.
I think he could be really manipulative. He's not a fan of Big Brother. He's never watched Big Brother, but we've had lots of people that aren't fans of watching Big Brother to figure out how to play the game. And I'm hopeful because trust me, I agree with you. His bio was boring. It was obvious he's never watched the show before. But then when he did the crying thing, I actually kind of went like, wait a minute, this could be good. He may be out pre-jury, but I'm hopeful. Colette?
So I think he has no idea what he's in for as regards to the game. I think he watched a season and a half and he's like, oh, okay, I'll figure it out as I go. He has no idea. He was already implying that he's going to throw competitions just so people don't think he's a threat. But I think the second he gets in there, he's going to be like, oh shit, I need to win tomorrow. I need to win next week. Oh God, I got to win POV. Guarantee that's going to be his mindset. I was kind of really bored with him and unimpressed with him with Jeff. I thought that there's like nothing special about him personality-wise. However, I do respect him for standing up to Ica. She did not like him at all. She really didn't like him. And she was super pushy with him and wanting him to answer the way she wanted him to, and he just wasn't giving him to her. Wasn't giving it to her until they did the crying thing. Like then she sort of was like, "Oh my God, I can't!" And you know that was all for the Entertainment Tonight Canada cameras. I mean, come on. But up until then, he was not giving her what she wanted, and he was standing firm by it. And I was like, "Oh, okay, buddy." Okay, buddy. That's interesting. Yeah, the crying on command thing, the fact that you know you can do that means that you've done it before.
True.
But also in Big Brother, I mean, really, where's that going to get you unless maybe a girl breaks your heart? I don't know how advantageous that is in the game of Big Brother. But I will say, I did, when he said he was a professional photographer, of course, I've worked as a photographer's assistant for several professionals over the years. I searched him. I can't find any photography for him whatsoever. I have a feeling he probably takes school pictures for the yearbook.
Yes.
Just say the title professional photographer has changed probably since you were helping.
No, actually, back in the day when I did it, it meant something.
No, that's what I mean. Nowadays,
actually, what I was going to say is now you can call yourself that,
Right.
and you can have like a killer Instagram account. I didn't find.
Oh,
shit.
no.
He's not even a wedding photographer. There is a wedding photographer. I was like, oh, he does wedding photos. No, it's a white guy in North Carolina that does the wedding photo. No, he's from Atlanta. He's not doing that. So yeah, no, I didn't find anything for him.
he's not doing graduation pictures or anything. Yeah.
No, I mean, if he's doing that, fine, but that means he works for a company and
couldn't
he
find
calls
him.
himself
You
a
couldn't-
professional for being paid $150 a day
Right.
for taking the school pictures. But yeah, no.
All right. Well, let's move on then to Holly Allen. She's 31 years old, originally from Lander, Wyoming, currently lives in Los Angeles. She is, quote, wine safari guide. She'll explain that in a second. A couple things in her bio I highlighted. She was asked which Big Brother cast member did she like the most, and she was at least honest. She goes, I haven't watched enough to have a favorite.
Yeah.
And then, do you have a strategy for winning the game? And she had another bullshit answer. Oh, I have plenty of strategies. Plans A through Z. In other words, you don't have any. It should be noted, the one thing not in her bio that maybe might be interesting to listeners, she used to date somebody from The Bachelorette.
Luke Pell.
Yes, and
What's his
after they broke up, she made some podcast appearances.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. The Bachelor thing is really weird. I never understood the show. But I can see now, after hearing about how there's all these podcasts based on it, I can see where an ex-girlfriend does get to go on and explain why they broke up.
Oh, Scott, you watch Vanderpump Rules. Look at Sheena.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Okay, well, I got a couple clips here. First off, she explains this, quote, safari wine gig.
And I'm a safari guide and a sommelier.
Okay, let's back it up. You're a safari guide where?
In Malibu. So I work on a vineyard, but we also rescue exotic animals. So I get people tipsy, but more importantly, I let them play with zebras, giraffes, water buffalo, and I teach them about the animals.
Okay, so you combine the two, the wine with the animals?
It's a petting zoo.
No, they do this shit in Malibu, and actually, if you follow Whitney Cummings on Instagram, she was kind of really involved in this when all the fires were happening. She was big in rescuing the animals from places like this.
Oh, okay.
So no, these places do exist, sort of all. And actually, Scott, Tippi Hedren, used to do this with lions and stuff with Melanie
really?
Griffith, right? She used to grow up with lions and tigers and shit all over the place. Yeah, so it's a big deal.
Okay. Okay, this is a short clip that is kind of funny.
I mean, who gets to play this game? Like, this is a elite league of people that get to go through this insane experience, and I just want to be one of those people.
I don't know if I would call us elite. Lucky, maybe.
That's the most self-aware thing Jeff's ever said.
Crazy's a better word. Yeah, crazy's a better one.
Elite group of people got to play this game. God, come on. I did like her answer, though, to Jeff's win or be loved bullshit.
Lose and be loved. I mean, I can make $500,000 doing something else, right?
Good answer. Well, Mike, what do you think of her?
I think she's well, there's other rumors floating around about her too, about connections to other people on the show.
Yeah, I don't buy those at all.
I know, but I just think that being the fact that she's been involved with someone that's involved in another reality show, this is like someone that's knee deep into the reality TV world out in LA, and so I think she's going to come in with an agenda or an awareness of this is how I'm going to play this game, and it's going to be maybe she thinks it's going to be a real world kind of a house. Or I'm just not sure. Oh, I know. Isn't she the one who lived on a ranch? Right?
Yeah, in fact, she annoyed the fuck out of me. She goes, "Oh, when I lived in Wyoming, like we didn't even have internet. I mean, we didn't have any cable TV. I mean, I didn't know who Britney Spears was. Oh, shut up, bitch! You did too."
But her argument was that she's lived in close confines with other people and had to find things to do and doing others. If that's true, then maybe she'll do okay. I don't know. I really don't know.
She's a pretty girl, though. I will say that. I'm not impressed with her. Colette, what do you think?
Oh my God, you two are pissy. Jesus Christ. Look, I thought she was very confident on the camera, very charismatic. I feel like she would be a good TV host. Like I could see her hosting an ish talk show or something. She's mature and not a silly twit. I appreciated that. 100%, she's definitely a recruit. I guarantee somebody from casting probably went to the winery that she works at, petted a zebra, and was like, you know what? You're cute. You want to do Big Brother? And yeah, that's how Robin Cass found her. Look, her lips are fake. 100%. She has some fillers. She doesn't have any Botox because her forehead wrinkles. Just wanted to throw that out there. I really wanted her to be Kelly Riley from Yellowstone.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But I don't know that she's devious enough.
No, I don't think she is.
Pull it off. I mean, the whole talking about the ranch, you guys were annoyed by it, whereas I'm like, tell me you got drunk and howled at the wolves one night. Like, that's what I was thinking. I did take a peek at the comments about her on YouTube, and people like really mean, like unusually mean. Usually that's my job, so I was really
You know
surprised.
why? Because when she was in the pageant circuit, she was Miss Wyoming, and so there is a picture of her with Donald Trump. As every person who was in the Miss USA.
I didn't even see any.
Yeah, and that's why everybody immediately is like, oh, she's a Trumper. She's a Trumper. Well, no.
She was in a pageant that was probably owned by him.
Yes.
That doesn't mean shit.
He was her boss, basically.
Yeah, no, look, so I'm judging her more on her personality and poise, and this is what I look for. Look, if you are suddenly ushered into a room, and you have a well-known person next to you, whether it's Jeff or Ika, who you happens to think works for a Canadian TV station because you've never seen BB Canada, and you can sit there and you can look straight into the camera lens and you can be totally poised and put together and confident. I'm like, oh, okay, that person kind of has something. She did that for me in that respect. However, I do think that she has been burned really, really bad in the past in a relationship. I think maybe somebody that she dated cheated on her with possibly her best friend.
That's probably the Bachelorette guy.
No, I didn't even know about that, so I have no idea about who. But because she kept talking about bad relationship and not being able to trust women, and she kept lumping the two together. So I was like, oh, her guy cheated on her with her best friend. I got an underlying wounded, bitter vibe from her, but at the same time, she remains super hopeful in a Hallmark sort of way. Like, I'm going to find my dream guy one day. And I was like, oh, I could see her on the streets of Vermont running a bakery on the Hallmark show. 100%. Like, yeah, so I feel like, let me think, hold on. I think that she will be really honest with people, hoping that they will also be honest to her back. But the second someone backstabs her, she will lose her shit. So she's another one where I want to root for her. I like that she grew up on the ranch. I like that she lived off the grid all summer long. I like that. It's a good backstory for me. But I need her to maintain her composure.
This might be the first time ever that you've liked a pretty girl more than me.
No, I liked Annalise more than you.
Okay, well then this season is the first time.
Maybe this is the season.
Yeah, I always root for the pretty hot girls because I want them to be badass too.
Okay.
I said that.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. Mike, you stated your opinion, right?
Yeah, Colette, in part of what Colette was saying, she said that we both didn't like her talking about the woods. That wasn't me, that was Scott. Scott went on off. I said it was interesting to note, but I didn't say that I was mad about her talking about Scott. It really annoyed Scott how I was going to talk about being in the woods.
Because I live in the middle of nowhere too. And guess what? I have enough internet that I can do this show. Okay, so... let's move on then to Isabella Wang, age 22, from Mount Olive, New Jersey. Currently lives in L.A. She is a public health analyst. I did like the question in her bio, which past Big Brother cast member did you like the most? And she said, I liked when Isabella Wang won season 21. I kind of like that cockiness, I have to admit. So good for her. But I didn't like her as much when I listened to her audio. So first off, here she is, and completely admitting she's a recruit.
Why Big Brother? The opportunity kind of arise. I don't know how to say that. Actually, and I kind of took the leap. So here I am.
Okay. Were you a fan of the show before, or you grabbed the opportunity?
I'm definitely more of a recent fan.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay. That's fine. Okay.
I do like the answer, recent fan.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
okay.
She's pretty honest. She's not BSing.
Now the next clip is something that I grabbed only because of the bullshit rumors that were floating around, and it was caused partly because of this piece of audio.
Physical game is pretty strong too.
Nice.
Last year, actually, I lost 50 pounds. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I was
Good job.
A little bit into fitness. I gained a little bit back since being in LA. But yeah, I lost a lot of weight, a lot of discipline, and then also my mental game. I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. So that was last year. That is the world's tallest freestanding mountain. It is in Tanzania. I did that on a whim.
So remember Kilimanjaro in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because a coincidence turned into, oh my God, it's a couple season. Mm-hmm. It's a couple season. Okay, whatever. Yeah. One more clip. This is the loved and hated thing.
I think if I win in the first place, it's going to be because I win for my social game. So if I win, then it means that my social game was on point and I did something right for people, for the majority of the house to vote me the winner. So I don't think that American can hate me because the jury loved me.
That was a great answer.
No, it wasn't. Good luck with that. Who wants to take her first?
I will.
Okay.
She says like a lot.
Yes.
She's a very valley girl. She totally bored and bugged me. I feel like she's a nightmare to her mother. She talked about her mother a lot, who's a tiger mom. She called her a tiger mom. I didn't. I feel like she's a nightmare to her mother. She's always doing stupid shit, and because of her stupid shit, she's always getting caught. And her mom's just like, why can't you just be normal, get good grades, and go to a good college? I feel like that's all her mom wants, and this bitch is screwing it all up and messing it up and asking for more Adderall. That's what I think's happening. I can see her coming on way too strong and going pre-jury.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you're going, and I think she'll also talk shit behind people's back. She may act. No, actually, she didn't even act magnanimous. No, she'll be like, "Oh my God, this bitch said this, and this bitch did this," blah, 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 blah. And she'll be the gossip train. It's all going to start with this whore right here. I mean, she's not a whore. But, oh God, do I have to keep doing it? Do I have to keep correcting her? Are we that PC here? I don't want to be PC. Can I please have permission?
No, if you want to call a girl a whore, call her a whore.
Somebody blanketly just give me non-PC permission so I can just be who I am. She is going to cry if she ever gets slime in her hair. She'll bitch about that. She'll want the shower quickly. She'll whine about being cold if there's a comp that takes too long and she doesn't get to eat, her Cheetos in time.
Oh, imagine her on slop.
That's this bitch. She's not winning. She's not that interesting. I don't know how she became a recruit because she whines a lot. And I mean, can I say, like, she's not like that super hottie. You're going to be like, oh, we need to put her on TV. Like, she's not that person. So it's weird that she's a recruit. I don't know who she knows. She may know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who works at CBS. I don't know how that happened, but I don't like her. I think she'll be a problem.
It's funny you mentioned the mom thing, because in her bio, she had the longest bio of that poor person who had to transcribe the questions. When she talks about the Kilimanjaro thing, he said, I didn't tell my mom because for spring break when I asked if I could go with my boyfriend, she said no. So I went anyway, but she still doesn't know. I told her I went to my best friend's house, and she would call my best friend Cassie. And Cassie would say, oh, that I had diarrhea, was sick, and could not get to my phone. My Lord. That is a bio answer where most people have 3 words.
Wait, do you appreciate that, Colette? Do you appreciate that? Did you ever tell your parents you were going to somebody's house and they said you had diarrhea and couldn't come to the phone? Is that
No.
Diarrhea seems like a weird excuse for why a person... okay. Mike, your thoughts on Isabella?
I don't hate her as much as you guys do. I'm not saying you hate her, but I don't know. My opinion
please, you can sit in a diner with this bitch?
I don't know.
No.
I don't have to be able to sit in a diner with them. I think they may not do well in the game. I just thought I'm not. I know she's a recruit. I like that. I actually, you said, the mom is hovering over. I'm thinking like she said mom found out that she was going on the show when they showed up with the key. She's like, what is this about? It's like, I kind of appreciate that. Yeah, mom, by the way, I'm going on this show. I don't know. I'm curious to see how she does. I don't have any strong opinion on how. I agree with you. I think she's going to be a stirring the pot. I think she's going to be whispering and gossiping.
She's going to be a gossiper. She's
going
to be like, so-and-so said this.
So she might create drama. So that might be good.
She may know how to just stir enough crap up to put it all on everybody else, and she just sits back and watches it. There's been house guests in the past seasons that have stirred the pot and just sat back and watched all the drama and just sat back and kind of cackled about it. So I don't know. I'm not going to hate her. I'm going to be interested to see how she's doing once the feeds start. Again, all of this depends on, we have no idea once the feeds start. This is just a very superficial view of these house guests. And as we
right, I mean, we have to rely on Jeff and Ika to tell us who they are. I mean,
and we've been very excited about some house guests in the past, and the feeds have turned on and we go, oh my God, they're a dud. So it could be our minds could be totally changed by next week. So but I'm not totally turned off.
Here's the thing for me. I don't have a printout of the pictures of everybody, but I remember what everyone we've talked to before.
Ow!
I remember what everyone we talked to before looks like. I don't remember at all what this girl looks like. She's completely forgettable. I think she'll make jury.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll last that much long in the jury. She'll be the one in the jury house that will think that she's going to dictate what everyone thinks. Kind of like Bailey last year.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I hope she creates drama. I hope that is her place in the house because we love drama.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's really all I have to say.
I want to say that who she reminds me of, but that's terrible because it's going to be very stereotypical. I want to say I could see possibly June coming out, and that's stereotypical because she's Asian, and so it's like I'm just saying she looks Asian, so I'm saying the other Asian that did that kind of ran the things and kind of stirred the pot and sat back and watched it. So I have no idea if she's anything like June, and that goes way back to Big Brother 4. So I'll shut up.
All right, well, let's move on to Jack Matthews, age 28, from Chicago, currently lives in Tampa. He's a fitness trainer. His bio was short and boring. He's in the CrossFit. His life motto is keep it simple. Okay. All right, let's just get to the clips. He's a recruit.
So are you a fan of Big Brother?
I am. Most recently, I've become a much bigger fan.
Okay.
Yeah, once I was reached out to, and they were like, hey, you should watch more of it. So I did, and it's a great show.
You kind of got hooked watching that, right?
For sure.
So at least he admitted they reached out to him.
Yeah, and you should watch more.
Yeah. So he doesn't plan on winning HOHs, but he plans on winning otherwise.
But yeah, I think my goal is, I'm a really competitive person naturally. Played sports all throughout high school and all that stuff. But for me, winning an HOH competition right off the bat or having the priority to win head of household isn't necessarily my priority. I'd like to win veto challenges a lot. That's perfectly fine with me, but HOH isn't a huge priority to me.
So he's going to win a bunch of vetoes, but no HOHs. That plan.
Yeah, whatever.
That plan will disappear the moment. I did like this answer, though.
What's your best attribute going into the game?
I'm really average at a lot of stuff. I'm really well-rounded. I'm not really great at one thing. I'm the king of average.
So you're saying that's a positive because you're pretty much good at everything, not great at one thing.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I like that answer. So,
yes.
All right, and then the final clip, and the only reason I'm playing this is because of the Kilimanjaro thing, and so I'll talk about that after it's over.
For me, it's the one-upper. I mean, socially. Like if I'm out hanging out with somebody or I meet somebody for the first time and the person has to tell a story that's better than the last story in any situation, whether I'm telling a story or speaking with somebody and trying to meet middle ground with them or get to know them, it's always the, well, I did this and I did that. Those guys kind of rub against me a little bit.
Did you ever climb Mount Fuji?
No, I haven't yet. But I did climb.
I did.
Yeah, Mount Kilimanjaro. You know, but that's like the thing, right? That's the thing that's like, oh, you did Fuji? Oh, I did Kilimanjaro. I'm like,
okay, so we had that girl earlier who said she climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
how many people in the world have climbed it? Like, and they're literally going to show up on the same TV show. I mean, you got to admit that's a pretty astounding coincidence.
Right, I get it. But let me explain how this. First off, we do have the proven connection between two people. One of them we haven't talked about yet. So right away, everyone got into couples, and then.
No, I'm not even talking about this.
Okay, I know, but let me finish.
Talking about Kilimanjaro is amazing.
Right. So then we have the two people in interviews both bring up Kilimanjaro. So everybody says, see, they know each other. And there's a picture of this guy with a girl whose back is to the camera. And so everybody goes, see, that's her. They both climbed it together. And then it was proven, like within an hour or so, that the woman he climbed it with was not the same girl. That girl was not her. And so on a Facebook group, somebody was saying all the connections, and they pointed that one out. And I just wrote simply, no, that's been proven to not be true. That wasn't her in that picture. Well, they still could be boyfriend, girlfriend. But your only piece of proof has been proven false, so no. You know what I'm saying? You didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. So if you're like someone like me, where I haven't been following any of these rumors, I haven't been keeping track of any of these connections, and literally, this is what I did. I watched all of these interviews today, Jeff and Ika, and I saw two people say they climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I was like, oh my god, that's
right.
That was my reaction. Was like, oh my god, that's so weird. Yeah. What are the chances?
But the moment
that was the end of it. Like, I didn't sit and make a federal case about it. I just thought it was interesting.
The moment you would have been told that, no, there's this picture that everyone's pointing to.
People are like, oh, it's, she's like blonde or thinner or whatever from the back. I'd be like, yeah, that's not her, whatever. Yeah. But that's crazy that they both did it, and I hope they both bring it up in the house and talk about it. And I hope they were there at the same time. Maybe they ate at the same diner at the bottom of the mountain. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yes. So this is the guy, I didn't mention it when I brought it up. This is the guy that looks like that actor.
Jason Momoa.
Aquaman. It's like Aquaman.
And I liked this guy. I thought he was very personable. I mean, he doesn't know the game, but I think he's a guy that could learn the game really quickly. I think he could do pretty well. I don't know. I even liked him in the Ika interview. It's hard to like people in those interviews. So I kind of have hopes for him. I think he's a guy that can learn quickly about how everything works.
He's charismatic for sure.
Yeah, kind of the Austin of our season.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's Aquaman." It's like,
wait, what?
No, it's
Austin. Austin.
Yes, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Yes, your Harlequin romance guy.
We didn't like him.
You did.
No, I made up stories about him.
No,
Doesn't
but
mean
Austin lasted a long ways is my point.
Okay.
I could see this guy lasting a while because he is kind of personal.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
What do I think? I thought he was better in real life than in his photos, because the second his photos came out, oh my God, I can't tell you how many ladies tweeted me being like, oh my God, it's Aquaman. Oh my God, I'm so hot for him. And I was like, calm down. He looks like a caveman. Let's reel it in. He doesn't look that hot. But no, I did think he did look a little bit better in real life. I still don't think he's that hot. But actually, I didn't mind his personality. I didn't.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
He seems to have a level head, and I'm hoping he'll be pretty good in the comps. I actually do think he'll be around for a while. He will not tolerate any catty, silly bitches. Oh, who's that witchy chick with the lesbian that likes to sage a lot? I can see him going up against her. I can see that being a thing, and I am here for it. Yeah, that'll be good. I liked him, actually, when I saw him with Jeff, I was like, I love this guy. He's amazing. He's super personable. What a fun guy. And then when I saw him with Ika, like, I got a weird vibe with him that I was like, oh, little shit's going to tick him off. If somebody leaves a crumb on the counter, that's going to bother him. I got that weird vibe from him with Ika. I do think he might like people to act a certain way, and if they don't, then he will cut them off, he'll be done with them, and he'll never turn back. I think there's a danger of that happening. Yeah, that's where I am. So I'm on a wait and see. I'm on a wait and see with him.
All right, Mike?
I think he's got a lot of charisma. That's what I said a second ago, and I think he's going to do okay. I'm really what's annoyed me the most today, because one of Scott's favorite people, casting, tweeted a Men's Health article out there that said, and this is the headlines of this article: fans thinks this new Big Brother house guest looks exactly like Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jesus
and why
Christ.
is she tweeting that out? I'm like, really? You're proud of the fact that you found someone that looked a lot like a movie star and you cast him?
Are you not? I mean, the bitch blocked me, but even I know that that's Robin Cass level shit. Yes, of course she loves that. Of course she loves that.
As much as she gets on as much as she seems to get defensive about the fact that everyone gives her grief about casting and all this kind of stuff, for her to then turn around and basically brag that, look, I found someone that looks like a movie star, kind of annoyed me.
No, when this season is over, he is going to be on a show on the BBC that will be available on Acorn about impersonators, and he's going to be appearing at parties in London next year, and Robin Cass will be making a commission. 100%, that's what's going to be happening. And if you watch British shows about impersonators, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no she sees him as a moneymaker.
Well, and he could be, but I just anyways, I think he'll do okay. We can talk about him a little bit more later because there was a feed leak, and I have some. I think he was discussed.
Also, don't we know this about her? She likes
MMA guys.
She likes beefy warrior type.
Big Russell. She follows Russell a lot.
She tries to sleep with those.
Well, I don't know about that. That's I don't know about that.
She blocked me on Twitter. I can say whatever I want about her. Yeah.
She blocked me too.
She likes someone to throw around her hotel room. That's all I'm gonna
Oh boy, okay.
Okay, I don't know anything.
In other words,
about
she's a good girl.
No, I didn't say that.
And now we move to Minecraft head. Jackson Michi, age 24, originally from Nashville, lives in LA. He's a server. Well, his bio is he's worried that he'll forget about how he can't sleep naked or drop his towel. I guess there'll be some women who like that. He can also shotgun a beer in under 2.5 seconds.
I missed that in his mind.
That's a talent.
Yeah, that's a talent. But I don't think even though he's a salesman, I don't think he's a math major.
I'm going to try and win that first HOH.
You're going to go for it.
I am. I am going to go for it because I like to gamble, and for me, 1 in 15 or 1 in 16 odds, that's too high. I'm staying. I got to guarantee my safety for at least a week. Best way to do that is to get that HOH.
Okay.
He meant too low. He meant too low.
The safest week odds-wise is the first week.
It only gets worse the further you go.
Yeah, your odds of being eliminated get worse as there are less people, not more people. Oh my God! But I did like this answer.
I am single, but however, if I wanted fame or if I wanted a relationship, there's a different show and a different network for that. I'm here for a game. I'm here for $500,000, and that's what I'm ultimately.
You got the answers down.
No, I know what to do when to do it.
All right.
Okay, in 20 minutes of audio, those are the best moments I could find. I don't have anything else on this guy. Who wants to take him first?
Me. No, me. I am butting in right now. I'm a little stunned that that's all you can find. So look, I didn't watch any of the interviews literally until today, till earlier this afternoon. So I did see his photo. His photo looked really scary. It looked like a wax figure, right? And I was like, oh, who's this creep, right? And then I started watching the video, and I was like, oh, I was so prepared to hate this guy. I think I like him.
Really?
I like that he's a risk taker and won't throw the first comp. In his photo, he looked like a serial killer. I think he's much better in person. I don't think he's going to kill anyone. I thought he was thoughtful. He's measured. He's strategic to a point because he also knows that you can't pre-plan everything. And I would be the exact same way. If I got in the video in an interview with someone and Jeff's like, or I is like, what's your strategy? How are you going to treat the people in the game? I'd be like, I don't know who I'm playing the fucking game with. I don't know how I'm going to act. Like, that's how I would answer their questions. And that's how this guy was answering. And I was like, all right, I get you, dude, because you're answering exactly how I would. But at the same time, I thought he was old-fashioned. He's like, look, your word is your bond. And I like that. I like that old-fashioned look. You tell me that your word is your bond. You tell me you're telling me the truth. I'm going to hold you to it. I sort of like those old-fashioned values. That appeals to me. He loves his mama, but I don't get that he's a mama's boy vibe from him. I will from someone else this season, but I didn't get that from him. Mama's boys tend to be really weak and can't think for themselves, and they're easily influenced by outsiders. They're very easily swayed. This guy isn't like that, so I don't think he's a mama's boy. So I did appreciate that he did talk about his mom, and I was like, oh, that's genuine. That's not something I'm going to hold against him. Yeah, I was stunned after watching a few minutes of both of his interviews, and I'm saying this, I like Jackson.
Really?
I like him. I do. Yeah. Look, I will say, he did say that Paul deserved to win for his last season. Look, a lot of people who hate Paul at the same time do think he deserved to win. I would never say, oh, give Paul the crown, but I can also 100% say, Josh did not deserve to win. I mean, even I know that. I'm no dummy. But my hate for Paul happens to be greater than does Josh deserve to win. I mean, look, okay, so I'm not going to hold that against him. Yeah, and he also likes Tyler, so I like that. You know, I'm going to love that. Yeah, he surprised me. I literally, photos alone, tweets alone, I went into this ready to annihilate this guy. And I came out pleasantly surprised, being like, okay, I think I can root for him. That's where I am on Jackson.
That's too funny.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go, Mike.
Well,
what are you going to say, buddy?
Well, so as we mentioned at the very beginning of the show, myself and my friend John went on a long 15-hour road trip yesterday.
Did you meet his second cousin twice removed who once had sex with him at the Tom Green show? What happened?
We talked about the cast, and we watched these things, and I specifically speculated on Mr. Jackson, and I said, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a little bit of Cowboy and a little bit of Monty.
Yes.
And now that I'm hearing Colette talk about him, I'm thinking, now I know, yes, he even more so, because didn't Colette really like Cowboy and like Monty?
No.
And
I don't
Cody?
think so. Oh,
You didn't like
Cody,
Monty?
yeah. Cody, yeah. I don't even know who Monty is.
The one. How about the one that was in love with Amber?
Yeah.
Still don't.
Big Brother Over the Top.
No. I'm talking about that earlier season.
No, I wanted him to stay around because he
talking
was an
about Cal.
asshole and he added drama.
Mm.
That's the
All
only reason why.
Well,
no.
anyways, he kind of that's the vibe I get from him is those kind of
Caleb.
guys.
He reminds me of Caleb.
Caleb, not Cowboy. Caleb. Yes, reminds me of Caleb. Reminds me of a little bit of Monty and a little bit of Cody.
I think Gary Quid. I think they all have the same hairdo. I think that's what you're stuck on.
Okay,
They all have the
all right.
same hair and maybe an accent. Yeah, I think that's what you're stuck on.
Well, that's. I'm just amused that you're. I'm like, oh, that's kind of who you. He reminded me of some people, at least some people in the past that you've kind of been rooting for. So, I have no other thoughts on Jackson. He's not. I mean, I don't know. I like your Minecraft analogy. So that's.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, remember, I liked Cody before you two. So
That's true.
all I'm
That's
gonna
true.
say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, he's squarehead. It's definitely squarehead. That's where the Minecraft thing comes.
Yeah,
he does remind me of Caleb in the fact that there's nothing in that brain. There's absolutely nothing in that fucking brain.
No! Caleb was a misogynistic moron! Caleb was a PTSD nightmare! No! Jackson isn't that! Come on!
I think, honestly, I think he'll last a little while.
Molded out of clay doesn't mean his brain functions as such.
No.
No, you can't say that.
No, I can say that, and I will say that. I don't. I think that because he is kind of a stronger dude, that he will be with the bros, and that will keep him around a little longer than maybe he should. But he's. I'm going to be ignoring him most of the season. There's nothing about him that makes that makes me think he's a good player.
Okay, it's like you and that fruity tooty lesbian. All right, okay, so you feel about this the way I feel about her.
It's good that we're all setting the gauntlets are being thrown down. It's a good first episode.
All right, well, let's move on then. Oh boy, this bitch, Jessica.
What the hell did she ever do to you? Her hands aren't bloody.
This girl is so forgettable that I called her Jennifer in the clips that I got. I mean that's bad when I can't remember their name when it's in print. But Jessica, is it Milagros? Is that how you say her name? Who cares?
Sure, we don't care about last names.
I mean, should I care what her last name sounds like when she can't even give her age? Her age is 30-ish. Okay. She's from Chicago. She's a plus-size model. Yeah, she was a gypsy for a year. Sure you were. She doesn't wear deodorant because she doesn't sweat under her arms.
Wait, what? I missed that. What?
Yes.
Where was that written down?
Fun facts about yourself in the official CBS bio.
Oh, no.
Yes. All right. So, okay, let's just get to the clips and brace yourself because the comments are going to be fun.
So I feel like I'm very much of a chameleon that way.
Okay.
So I think I have that going for me. I think I'm going to be underestimated. I'm a plus-size girl. I don't think there's ever been like really a plus-size girl in the Big Brother house. So I think they're going to underestimate me as far as like the types of competitions that I can do. Maybe they might look at me as more of a weak player.
You're wrong. I'm just going to say you're wrong. We'll get more into that in a little bit. Here's a similar clip.
Why Big Brother?
Why not? I'm a big Big Brother fan, so I think
mainly for me, why Big Brother is because I just saw a lack of representation of someone that looked like me on the show. And I think it's a perfect opportunity now with like all of the body positivity movement and, you know, showing girls of my size that we can compete just like the rest of them. And I want to be that girl, that inspiration.
I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world. All right, here's our strategy.
Believe it or not, it's to lay low, but I don't know if I can do that. No,
Hey, you can tell us what the real game plan is. Then
So really, it's to kind of lay back and observe.
okay.
Obviously, try not to make any alliances the first couple days. You know, things get kind of crazy, but I really want, like, my thing is my social game. I feel like I have 7 best friends. They're all crazy. They're all very different, and I feel like I can get along with pretty much about anybody.
First off, you're not the first non-size 2 woman to ever be cast on the show, so stop with that. You're not a groundbreaker. I can see you never stopping talking. I can see you just going on and on and on and on. Even your answers to these 2 douchebags never ended. I don't care what you look like or what your size is. You're going to annoy my ears. My ears are the most important thing about the Big Brother season because I'm the one who gets the majority of clips for this show. And I know that you're the one that's going to be interrupting every conversation, and it's going to make it impossible for me to stop a clip because you're going to be continuing to talk. I hope you're pre-jury. I pray you're pre-jury. I don't want you to last very long. That's it. I think you're a perfectly nice girl. Mike, you take it away.
I got nothing. I got nothing. She didn't impress me. She's a recruit. Whatever. She thinks she's breaking ground. No, you're not. Let's see where she is when the feeds come live, and then we'll talk about her next week. Or we won't talk about her next week because she won't be worth talking about.
Okay. Colette, I'm dying to know what you think.
Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Can I please?
I purposely put you last.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake, this bitch is annoying. Oh my God. Look, while I would love to cheer on a fiery Latina, this chick isn't it. I hope that she drives people so crazy that she goes pre-jury. That is my prayer and hope to the world. The second I heard the 2 words body positivity from her and her thing with Ika, I knew I wasn't going to like her. Look. And I have to, you know me, I have to say this. I'm going to say this. You know I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
I think the whole body positivity movement is preventing women from being badass and disciplined and determined and exercising their willpower. You never know what you are capable of until you challenge yourself. The body positivity movement, all that it teaches you is to be complacent and happy with the status quo. I think it is destroying women's capability to be fierce warriors. And what is better, women? What is better, my fellow female soldiers, than to be a badass, fierce female soldier, to be the best that you could ever be? What is better than that? Nothing is better than that. Why would you sit around and be lazy and complacent and give yourself excuses? Why would you ever want to do that? Let's do the opposite. Let's be badass, fierce warriors. So if you think you can be better, and if you know that with just a little teeny tiny effort you can be better, then go out and do whatever you can to be better. And I feel like body positivity negates all of that. The body positivity movement makes us be like, you know what? It's all right if I've got this bag of chips in my right hand right now. I'm good. I'm told, somebody on Instagram told me I should be proud right now. I'm sorry. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's encouraging. I don't think it makes women badass. And she stands for that, and that bothers me. I'm sorry. I just have to say.
Tell us how you really feel.
I know. It's like, I don't think she was that fired up about it.
No, but to boot, I also thought she was really weak. I thought she was a people pleaser. I thought that everything that she said was about not ruffling feathers and going along with the status quo. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense because that's the philosophy that she believes in. She wants to skate by. What did she say? What did she talk about repeatedly? I want to lay low. I want to skate by. I want to get to the end. I want to find myself there. I want to, yeah, that's all she said. She said it repeatedly, and it makes sense because it's her philosophy in life.
Exactly. I can't disagree with you there.
I mean, is it, I don't know, is it controversial what I said? Is it going to make people mad? I really hope it doesn't because, seriously, all I want everybody to be their best self. I want everybody to push themselves, challenge themselves, and realize your best potential. You, right now, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what environment you're living in, right now, you can be 5% better than you are. What will make you better than you are? Can you do that? Can you achieve that 5%? Okay? Get up, do it. Me, right now. I can do it myself. We can all do that. And so I look at somebody like this who's just like complacent, and it drives me nuts. I don't like people that encourage complacency. I like people that encourage badassness. That's what I like.
Okay.
Long story.
Hey,
I fucking hate
I love badass women. I'm just going to say. Okay, well, let's move on then to
was that bad?
No.
You're passionate.
No,
Nothing bad about it. We're good.
Let's move on to an interesting woman by the name of Catherine Dunn.
I think we're going to be hearing a lot of her.
Yes, age 29, originally from Irving, Texas. Well, currently lives in Dallas, basically the same thing. She's a digital marketing executive.
Yep.
I don't know if she made it on the show, but she might have been on one of those seasons of making what's the show about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders?
Oh, Making the Team.
Making the Team. Somebody told me they thought they saw her on that.
Wait, someone tweeted me the same thing. I didn't realize it was about her. Okay.
Yeah, she does, because her strategy says, so looking back on when I was in training camp for the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, I realized that my approach was wrong. I was like, look at me in your face because I wanted to stand out, but because of that, I was the first one gone. Okay, now she is one of those that was in the preseason rumors because there is a former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader for the last couple of years who has been, quote, leaked, fake leaked, and never made the season. There's rumors that this woman was the one that outed this bitch.
Yeah.
And I don't buy it for a second. I'm just stating what I heard. Take it for what you want. But her interview segments are funny. I'm going to play these first two in a row because listen to what she first says to Jeff.
So are you a Big Brother fan?
Yes, I love the show.
You love the show?
It's the only show I watch.
The only one you watch?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, granted, I just got a TV like 2 months ago, but it's the only.
Is that why you're so into social media? Because you don't have.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I already waste a lot of time on social media. Well, not waste, I also work. But it was either I'm going to be spending that time on social media or I'm going to be watching TV. I can't really be wasting too much time. So yeah,
I'll get back to that in a second. But first, here's what she told Ica.
What brings you to Big Brother?
I'm a huge fan of the show. I grew up watching it. It's kind of like, I guess, a part of my upbringing. So when I had the opportunity to actually be on the show, I mean, it's kind of like a dream come true. It hasn't set in yet, but I guess it probably won't set in until
you're on the stage
and
then you're in the house.
Yeah. So I'm really focusing on just soaking in every moment because it really is super surreal.
Okay, you grew up watching the show. But you actually just started watching 2 months ago when you finally got a TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
all right.
I mean, you and I, Scott, we were talking and we were sort of comparing notes about like who told Jeff they watched such and told Ika they watched such, and I was like, you know what? I have a feeling a publicist sort of interrupted them in between. It was like, look, don't act like you've never seen this show.
Yeah.
Just say you're a big fan. I'm not even going to hold it against him. I guarantee a CBS handler told them what to say because it would look silly to random fans if somebody is on Big Brother and it's like, I've never seen this show before. You know what I mean? Like, it's better for CBS if they've all seen it.
Okay. The other thing I want to mention from those clips is, for those first two clips, is she is basically saying she can't watch TV and be on social media at the same time. Colette and I, we make a day drinking living off tweeting and watching TV at the same time.
We're doing our podcast right now, and at least Colette and I are active on social media.
Yeah,
right now. We're doing a podcast.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So now this other clip, I found it hilarious because it's going to take a little explanation to figure out what the fuck this girl's saying. She's saying that before she actually was officially cast, she heard that part of the cast was going to be an aspiring social media influencer. So she thought that meant...
I was going to tell you, because I was going to call this person out. So, I've been, keeping up with, Twitter or whatnot. And someone, with the spoilers, said that there was an aspiring influencer on the cast. And I swear to God, they were talking about me.
I mean, that's not a stretch, you know what I mean?
I know, right? So I was going to tell you that that was my job, aspiring influencer, but then I forgot.
There's someone on the show that loves their dog. I mean,
and happens to be an aspiring influencer.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I love keeping up with all that online. So that's part of the fun.
Trust me, they'll be keeping up with you.
So the words aspiring influencer, out of the millions of people in this country who probably think they're aspiring influencer, that actually meant her.
Yeah.
This girl's fucking nuts. She is fucking nuts. And we're going to have clips later from the leak that kind of back me up on the fact that this girl's fucking nuts.
Well, but that's not bad, is it?
Oh no, we need
really
nut
bad?
jobs on this goddamn show. I hope this bitch lasts a while. We need craziness. This girl's going to bring us craziness.
Yeah. Are we ready to talk, or are we still...
No, go for it. No, we're done.
Do you want to go, Colette? You want me to go, Scott?
No, you go first.
So, yeah, she's well. There's the other rumors too about her, but on the one hand, didn't she say one of her favorites was Rachel?
I believe she did. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, because to me, I'm getting big time Rachel vibes off of her, which does mean nuts and annoying. So, but it's weird because I'm actually kind of hoping that she is annoying and that, because I want to watch it and get really annoyed about it. At the other hand, I'll be really pissed off if
I
she
think
goes
she's
too
going to
far.
create some fighting.
I think she is, and I'm kind of happy because at least I know that we will have someone ready to do that. But then again, there's always somebody to do that. I don't know. I mean, there's the other rumors too that you guys are aware of the other rumor, right, about her and Holly.
No.
There's a rumor that she and Holly know each other, and
because they both used to be on the pageant circuit. That's one of those.
I'm not saying it's true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's out there.
Yes.
There's a rumor that Holly and Catherine know each other and knew each other had been casted, and so they're kind of not. It wasn't done intentionally, but whatever.
It's another one of those coincidental things where they probably never knew who each other was. But they
totally
both were in the pageant scene.
Right. So, I'm on the one hand, I'm like possibly dreading her, and the other hand, I'm kind of excited about her being on the show. I haven't figured it out yet. Talk to me in about 5 weeks, and maybe we should
I'll have some more things to say when we get to the feed leak.
So. That's my thoughts on Catherine. I don't have any in-depth kind of stuff, but that's where I'm at.
Lala?
I thought she had a really scary, vacant look in her eyes when she was with Jeff, like a Stepford wife. Look, I'm okay with the fake lips and Botox if it improves your look. Like, I actually don't think it's helping her. It's kind of like Nicole Kidman and her weird new face on Big Little Lies. I don't know what's happening there.
Wow.
But it's not her face. I think she's like super thirsty and desperate to be an influencer. I thought she maybe should have gone on Love Island instead. That's kind of what Love Island leads to, is influencers. She talks a mile a minute, which was positive for me because I was like, Scott will do an amazing impression of her. However, I do appreciate that she dominated the interview with Ika.
She did. She was the one.
At this point in my research and watching the interviews, I was so over Ika and her freaking bullshit and say, show me your fake laugh. Show me your sad. Oh my God. I wanted to die every time she said that. And again, she totally shocked me when she said that she had read How to Win Friends and Influence People, and then she had a plan on incorporating that philosophy into the game. I was like, wait,
I didn't catch that.
Hold on, wait a minute. I mean, you may look dumb, but maybe you're not. Like, yeah, I don't like her right now, right at this moment in time, but she's deeper than we think. She is. Even though she looks like a deer in headlights, she's a little bit smarter than we think. I am 100% willing to change my mind and embrace her if she surprises me. She's going to have to work for it. I'm not going to just give it to her right off the bat. She's going to have to work for it, but I think she could get there with me.
Okay. I hope that's the case. I think she can bring entertainment, and that's really the most important thing for us, right?
Yep.
Yeah, entertainment.
Yeah. Like I said, it's I'm anxious. I'm kind of like I may enjoy her, and the other hand, I may be banging my head against the wall.
Yes. Okay.
But it will be entertaining either way.
Let's move on to Kemi. I'm just gonna say her last name is Fuck You Me. Because I have no idea what it. I have no idea what it actually is. So it's Fuck You Me. Okay? She's 25 years old, originally from Eldridge, Maryland, currently lives in Brooklyn as a marketing strategist. Her favorite cast member was Rachel I Am Vegas Riley. Oh, good. Fun fact about herself, I keep a blog of guys I've dated, hooked up with to amuse me. Whoever has... I guess I could comment... So you think you're Sex in the City. That's basically what it comes down to.
Oh.
She's unapologetic that she is a new fan.
I'm a fan of Big Brother. I've been watching for about a year, but I've seen about 10 seasons, so no, I don't have a life. But yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay. I don't mind what she says here about alliances.
So I want to make as many friends as possible, friends for purposes of the show, and like maybe 2-3 strong alliances. But, you know, I have no problem breaking alliances because I came in solo, so I'm leaving solo too.
And now we move into the things I'm not so thrilled about.
What are you going to bring to season 21 that we have never seen before?
It's a hard question. I feel like I'm going to bring just like my authenticity, you know. I'm not going to go in and try to play someone that I'm not. Like, yes. I'm not going to go in and try to play the sweetheart. It's not who I am. So, you know, I'm just going to come in as Kemi, walk out as Kemi, but also a winner.
I don't mind that, but then it's coupled with this question.
I'm going to ask you one more question before you go. Just because I also did the show and I know this comes up a lot. How are you going to battle stereotypes of not being the angry black woman on television? Because if you're strong and you're assertive and you are confident, how do you not have it be you're an angry black aggressive woman?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I am who I am. So at the end of the day, you know, I am like a more bubbly person to begin with.
Yes.
But I still don't have a problem like shutting it down. And like, if you want to take that as a stereotype, it is what it is. That's just like my personality.
Yes.
If it needs to be shut down, it will shut down.
I like that. Yeah. Shut it down.
I
shut it all the way down.
Girl.
All the way down.
Gotta shut it down. So.
Okay. This is one of the things I hate about Big Brother Twitter of the last few years. Sure, all racists would have hated Swaggy and Bailey last year. But hating Swaggy and Bailey, or one or either the other, doesn't necessarily mean you are a racist. But Big Brother Twitter does leap to that right away. Now, regardless of what I will think of this girl in this season, it's going to be how she is in the house. It's not going to have anything to do with the ethnicity. And so I hate questions like this. I
wouldn't make it that long for me to see her ask that question. I'm stunned she asked that question. In the interview, there was something that this girl said at the beginning. I think maybe it was like she was fawning over Ica and her dress and calling her beautiful and stuff. And Ica literally, and within 2 seconds, was all over this chick. Was like, "Oh my God, I love you!" Like, and that's where the rest.
I think she did say afterwards this is one of her favorites.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying, in the beginning of the interview, she complimented Ica in a way where I was like, okay, I like you. Nothing you say right now is going to make me mad. Whereas you watch other interviews and can see where Ica's suspicious of people. No, she loved this girl.
Yeah. Mike, what do you have to say about her?
She didn't strike me in any particular way, one way or the other. I mean, it's another player. I'm not sure where she's going to fall into the mix.
I think she'll make jury.
Yeah. She might. I just don't know. I just don't. There's of all these. So of the 16 house guests that we're talking about, only half made any kind of major impression on me. The rest of them were kind of like, okay, let's see what you're at when the feeds go live. I'm not.
Well, that's the beauty of our first show. We joke every year that at the end of the year, what we say the first episode has nothing to do with our opinions at the end of the year.
And you did mention already, I think, that there's a rumor that a couple of different. There was this rumor that somebody's already been evicted.
Yes.
And it was either Annalise or Kemi. That's the other name that people have said that they think may have been evicted based on what they've heard. I honestly hope
David is the third name that's been talked about.
But I honestly hope she wasn't, just because of the racial angle of, there's one African American woman, one African American man, and if Kemi is the first one out the door, there's going to be outrage with a certain amount of the fandom, that it's just horrible.
Oh, but you can say that about Annalise. Isn't Annalise a Latina? Let's not compare and contrast. You could say it if it was Isabella. Oh God, the Asian went.
Well, wait a minute.
No,
I'm just telling the most vocal part of the.
I'm not fighting with you, Mike.
The most vocal part of the Big Brother community is the people that say that the African Americans aren't getting a fair shake on the show, and so I'm just saying I hope she wasn't voted out first. If anybody's gone, I hope it's not her, just because I don't want to.
I hope it's not Annalise because she has a nice ass.
I hope it's neither of them. I don't think anybody's out at this point.
You want people to stay on the show just to appease a certain
No.
Not you, Scott. I'm not talking to you, Scott. I'm talking to Mike.
I don't want Kemi to be the first out because I don't want to deal with the people screaming that it's unfair. That's all. Okay. All right. I said first. I didn't say second or third or fourth. I'm just saying first. That's all.
Okay. I have things to say about Kemi.
Say things.
I thought she was way too money obsessed. She was obsessed with being rich and obsessed with winning the money. Look, don't get me wrong. I want everybody that goes into the house to want to win. But at the same time, I don't like when the only motivation is money. Money. I need 500K. 500K is calling my name. 500K is my bitch. 500K this, that, and the other. And not having a killer strategy or being athletic and winning a bunch of comps. She says she's been watching for I thought this was interesting. So she said that she had been watching for a year back when BB20 started. She said this in one interview, and then she said in another interview that BB18 was her first season and her favorite season, and it was her favorite season because it was her first season. So clearly she's a recruit, and she's fudging it, and that's fine. I don't hold that against her. But everything she said was money. Money. I need money. I want money. I just need to be rich. All I want is to flash my riches. That bothered me. It bothers me when anybody says that. And most people, they're like, oh, I want to go in there and kick ass and win the game, and yeah, I'll get the money in the end. That I like. This girl, all she talked about was money. She doesn't care how she doesn't care if she sleeps for 13 weeks and wakes up and is awarded $500K. She doesn't give a shit. That's how she gets it. All she wants is the money. And that is what turned me off against her. That's why I don't like her.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's because she doesn't give a shit about strategy or playing the game or winning comps. All she cares
she never
about
mentioned
is
anything
walking
about
out
strategy.
the door and getting a check. And
Yeah.
that I can't respect.
What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I think she will make jury, but I've never heard, I never really heard anything about strategy. It was like, all I care, like Colette said, all I care about is money.
Ika said to her, "Oh, money, money, money! All you're talking about." Ika even kept bringing it up to her.
Right. Yeah. So I get you there. And now we move to Nick Macaroni.
That's what I call him too. He's Macaroni Nick.
Yes.
That's his name.
He's 27 years old from Sewell, New Jersey.
Sewell, yeah.
And he is, it's his therapist. He was a children's therapist, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Well, his answer to the question is, what is the most difficult part about living in the Big Brother house, was interesting. He goes, breaking the seal of being the first one to poop. That's not an answer I would have thought about.
It could be very Freudian. Who knows?
Yes.
Who knows, right?
Was he the one who said, I don't want to be the first one to poop in the whatever? And I think Ronnie from Big Brother 10, like, dude, you want to be the first one to poop.
Well, adding to it, he goes, I know you're going to really have some really beautiful girls in there, and I'm going to make me have to hold it in until 2 a.m. until I finally get comfortable with it.
But he is deep. I'm sorry. He said he's a shrink for kids, which means he studied psychology. And what was Freud all about was sex, bodily functions, anything that leaves any of your genitals. Yeah, he's deep into Freud, this guy.
Yes.
But I want to give a shout out to Ronnie from Big Brother
11.
Big Brother 11, because he quoted, I think it was off of Nick's comment. He said, dude, that's the one you want to use that bathroom. It's pristine. It's going to suck the rest of the season. Get in there when it's still clean.
Okay. This guy had a couple good quotes in his interview. Now, first one, I want you to pay attention and figure out who he is slagging.
I think they're going to fall in love with me because I'm genuinely just a good person. I care about other people, but I also am the type of person that will call people out, so I feel like they can respect that. Like, if something is going on, like, I will check them on their behavior. And, you know, I am a competitor. I'm not going to sit around and eat 500 boxes of cereal, if you know what I'm talking about.
Pow! Pow! Pow!
Yes, thank you.
Now, he said that to Jeff. I guarantee you, Jeff had no idea.
Oh, yeah, Jeff had no clue what he's talking about. No clue. No clue.
And should we tell the people
I
listening
wonder what
he's talking
Gypsy Rose Lee is doing these days.
All right,
Hey,
I
saw the Hulu show, The Act. It was very impressive. Yeah.
I want to say it just because there are some people that may not know, but he was referring to Matt from Big Brother 19, who sat around when he knew he was going home and just didn't do anything.
He was so proud of all the cereal he ate all season long.
Because he knew one day he'd be able to dip it in that hot mess Raven. That's why he
God.
did it. He had a warm place to put it in, and he was going to do whatever he could to get it there.
Well, my question, and I realize we haven't gotten through all his clips, but my question is, do you guys remember, did his cereal eating get much play on TV?
Yes. Oh, yes. They had a montage.
It got a montage. It got a
All
bit
right.
like
So-
and that's why he played it up, and it was a
Yeah,
thing.
they had a count thing.
Yeah.
CBS is the one that came up with the count.
Yeah, he was like elated that he was a cereal guy.
Yeah.
All right, so that means that Nick doesn't necessarily watch anything but TV. I was just curious if it.
Oh no, he knows. He knows. No, but enough to make fun of him.
Yes.
He knows.
Now, yeah, exactly. All right, and now he has comments about another person I despise.
I like what the whole, what would they call it last year? Tyler, Angela, Rachel, all them. I like their crew, Power 5 or whatever they were. I forget what it was. Level 6 or whatever it was. I should remember. But I like what they did. They just took out the whole side. It was perfect. They didn't really turn on anyone but Rachel. I mean, she was a little bit annoying, so I mean, I guess that's why they got rid of her. No offense, but...
Now, that little comment, except for Rachel, who was annoying. Okay, Rachel now, believe it or not, for some reason has a podcast. Rachel went nuts on Twitter. It was like, oh, this fucking Nick guy. He'll never be invited on my podcast.
Oh,
that's
Nick. Why she asked, why does everyone like Nick? Okay.
She was just going, and it was on and on and on for like hours and hours about fuck Nick. You know what? And I'm thinking, come on, Rachel, if you were smart, play it like Howard Stern. Play it like when he gets out of the house, that's the first show he goes on. Yeah. You know what? Instead, she's just like, fuck him. I want everyone to vote him out. Fuck him. Yeah. Oh, God.
Here's what I love is that I know Scott follows her for the bikini pics.
Oh, on Instagram, yeah.
That's why Scott's following Rachel's for the bikini pics.
Okay. So one of the other things that Ica was doing that was driving me nuts was having them give, like, talk to me like if you were put on the block. What would you say to save you from the block?
Your sad face.
Yes. So this is the one where she asked, okay, say you have to give me a compliment that's fake. What would you say?
How about compliments? Are you good at giving compliments?
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Because people in that house, you're going to have to be giving them compliments every single day, every single minute.
You have to gas them up all the time.
Give me a compliment.
Well, I mean, this is real, but you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
But even if I didn't, I could just say that. Like, you would feel good about yourself.
I'm going to give your skills a 3 out of a 10.
That's fine.
It needs some work.
That's fine.
It needs some work. But it's good because you have room to grow.
That's just motivation for me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I like this kid because he didn't give a fuck what she had to say. When she goes, I give you a 3 out of 10, and you're like, oh, whatever.
Oh, wait, I don't think you have this clip, but there was a moment where when she said she was on Big Brother Canada, and he said, "Did you win?" He's the only one that asked her.
Yeah, no, I have some comments about that. So real quick, I didn't actually care about him at all when he was with Jeff. I was like, I mean, I don't like him, and I don't necessarily hate him either. He's like literally middle of the road to me. But then I kind of liked when he would stand up to Ica, and again, I think I said this before with another one of the guys. Oh God, the black guy, what's his name?
David
Alexander. Yeah, when he stood up to Ica, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like you now. And I liked him I like this guy Nick Macaroni for doing the same thing, and when she's doing the fake laugh and the sad face and whatever questions are so dumb. And then Ica said to him, asked him who he liked in the Big Brother house, and he said Tyler, and he said a bunch of other people from past seasons, and she goes, oh, but all those people that you said you liked haven't won. Oh, okay, fine. Like, she, judged him for that, and I was like, okay, Ica, so by that logic,
he shouldn't
basically
like you.
None of these bitches should like you, because you've never won either.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I like this kid. I think, remember when Derek won, he won because he had a dumb cast, but he won also because he used his cop gig, the thought process of being a cop, that helped him through it, helped him play with the minds of everybody else. This guy is a psychologist, or
he's got the psychology info. See, here's the thing: he's not overly good looking. He's not overly charismatic. He doesn't stand out in a crowd. That's why I was very, very dismissive.
I think he can quietly run things.
But only when he stood up to Ica was like, oh, maybe there's something there.
I think he can quietly run things without even people knowing that he's running them.
I'm a little hopeful about the macaroni.
I'm really hopeful about this kid.
So,
what do you think, Mike?
I like him. I don't think he was a recruit. He doesn't look like he's in it. I mean, it's a child therapist. He doesn't look like he's in it for the business. He actually, somebody that follows me and may follow you guys as well, Chilltown 2, because I guess 1 was taken. It was like, this is my next door neighbor. I didn't even know he was a fan of Big Brother. So it's like,
that's the guy? Because someone tweeted me and said, "Oh, this is my neighbor. I can't believe he's on the show."
Right. He's like, I didn't even know he watched Big Brother. So it's kind of like, all right, so
kid.
this sounds like a general guy.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's good that it turned out that we kind of liked him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know.
That's funny. I had no idea that this is him.
Because his media pictures are horrible, and I said, just tell me you don't use the same barber, and he said, no, they don't. So so I liked his quickness. I liked the fact that, again, that he asked Ike if she won, because you don't ask somebody.
He's quick-witted. I think he
was quick.
Yeah,
he was quick. He seems personable. And the fact that doesn't seem to be in it for fame. I guess that's what I want to say.
Yes.
He's not a David is a professional photographer. The people that are, I'm a salesperson, whatever. Those are just
Safari wine
but
girl.
Meanwhile, they're wannabe models. This guy's not that.
Yeah. This guy doesn't seem to be in it for the fame and the fortune. He seems to be in it maybe because he likes the show. So I'm pulling for Nick. I'm interested in Nick. I'm hoping he does well. So that's my thoughts on Nick.
All right. That's it, right? Okay.
That's it. Yep.
Well, moving on. Oh boy, this bitch. Nicole Anthony, age 24. You wouldn't know it from listening to her. She's from Long Island.
Wait, Scott, I have to interrupt you for 1 second, because literally my notes read Nicole Anthony - this bitch. Return, and then I have like a paragraph of stuff, but literally that's all I have next to her name is this bitch.
Oh God!
I'm gonna take a photo of it and I'm gonna tweet
That's
it.
Hilarious. Her occupation is a preschool aide, and all I can say is, I feel bad for any parents who have kids in her school. The only thing in her bio I want to mention is because it has to do with the clip I'm going to play. Her favorite former cast member is Paul. Okay.
Dead to me. Dead to me. Dead to me.
Okay. And I want you to remember that when we get to the last clip I'm going to play.
Oh, God.
First off, we have this frightening story about her and her parents.
So I read your bio.
Okay.
I believe, and I'm sitting in front of you right now, and you said you were a terror when you were younger. You look so sweet and innocent with the blonde hair and the pink top.
Yes, I was
You're a whole deceiver.
Already everything's a lie.
You're a walking deception. So you're terrorizing your mother.
Yes.
You called the police on your mom.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get your way. You also locked your parents in a room.
Down the basement.
In the basement.
Yes.
Did you at least give them food, water,
no,
bread?
So I saw my dad walk into the house with a Rudolph bag, and I was like, Dad, what's that? And he's like, you're not allowed to know. And he went downstairs. So I was like, Mom, what is that? Mom was like, you can't come down here. And she followed him down there. And I'm like, what's in the Rudolph bag? Like, Nicole, you can't know. And they closed the door on me. And I was like, mm-hmm. So I latched it. And I waited. And when they came back and the door didn't open, they're like, Nicole, what's going on? And I'm like, you're going to tell me what's in the Rudolph bag right now. Long story short, like 2 hours later, they coaxed me out with chocolate. I gave in to chocolate.
Of course you did.
It's probably her poo.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
This is the entire...
Wait, we need to get Nick Macaroni on the case.
Yeah, there we go. Nick Macaroni does sound like a PI name. It really does.
Perry Mason, Nick Macaroni.
Yes.
It works.
Yes. Okay, well, this is her entire strategy.
So my strategy going in is like, I'm a preschool aide, so hey, I work with kids, yay! So I'm not going to tell them that, I graduated high school, top of my class, graduated college, top of my class, I'm very smart, and I'm a huge fan, so I'm not going to tell them that. I'm going to not play dumb, but kind of play like, oh, that's cool, but not like,
Is she going to come out as a secret mathematician?
No.
Like Bronte?
No.
Remember that?
Yeah, there was Bronte comparisons made, but no, she's not. She's no Bronte.
Okay, now
And
this...
I don't know what that means. By saying she's no Bronte, it implies that Bronte was something wonderful, but no, she's no Bronte.
People, trust me, people aren't going to think that she's smart. Trust. Okay, now remember that Paul thing I read earlier. Okay, listen to this clip.
Oh man, I think one of my biggest downfalls, being from New York, I do have a mouth, I do talk back, I don't tolerate any type of bullying, whether it's myself or others, so I know sometimes my mouth can get me in trouble if I'm defending.
Wait a second. You don't like bullying, but your favorite player ever was Paul?
Oh my God! I have a whole rant about her and bullying, and I didn't even put that together.
Paul, the person who created Riot Day.
He's like the king of all bullying ever in the history of Big Brother.
Paul was the example of we actually said, wait a minute, we always say that's not really bullying. We always say that's not really bullying, except for Paul. Paul was enticing people to bully. Yes,
yeah, that was the one case in 20 seasons where I said, yes, that's bullying. When you had the entire house come out.
Coaching Josh to go harass people is bullying, yes.
Having Raven go out and scream, "You have a big cock! You have a..." Oh, wait, that wasn't bullying. All right, Colette, go for it.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta pull up my notes. Okay, I'm gonna reiterate what I said before. This bitch. She says she doesn't tolerate any type of bullying. I'll bet she's the type of person that throws around that word and labels things that aren't even close to bullying as bullying. I am calling it right now. She will go off on someone for bullying, but it will, in reality, be something super duper petty.
A difference of opinion.
That's not bullying at all. We're all going to take to our Twitter and be like, Nicole is so extra. She sucks. That's not bullying. All she did was say, I don't like cheddar cheese on my tacos. And Nicole's going to be like, you bullied me about the cheddar cheese. Like, that's what she's going to do. Plus, Paula's her absolute favorite, and again, she's dead to me. She's dead to me. I will forgive you if you could say that Paul deserved to win against Josh. Me, even as a big brother, what would you call me? Maven, heroine, goddess, whatever. I could even maybe
goddess?
someday admit
I think from now on, I'm going to call you Colette Lala, the Big Brother goddess.
Thank you. But Paul favorite play. Oh fuck you! Shut up! Shut up! Go lock yourself in a basement. That's what I need to happen right now.
Okay, Mike. What are your thoughts on her?
I got nothing. I don't have thoughts on her. I'm just.
Mike, were you dead when you listened to this interview?
No. You know what it was? No, I will tell you 100% what it was. I listened to. I went back and listened to all the Jeff interviews, and Scott will tell you. You know where she fell in the Jeff interviews? She was last.
Oh yes,
I was done
Yeah.
when I got to her interview, so I barely listened to it. And then,
in fact, Jeff didn't even ask her. She was the only one that didn't get the win and be hated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't get much of a base there, and then I don't even remember if I made it to. I think I heard in the Ike interviews, but I tuned her out. I was so tired, and trust me, we hear lots of her on the feed leak because it was her.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes.
In the whole half hour, it was her and Christy talking. So my I will talk about my opinion of her when we talk about the feed leak because I do have thoughts on her, but it's related to stuff that I learned during the feed leak. How's that? That's
okay.
That's
fair enough.
Opinion. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's move on to.
Oh, you're done.
What's that?
No, you already expressed your opinion.
Yes, I did. I think very strongly.
Quite soundly.
Yes. We move on to Ovi Kabir, 22 years old, from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Currently lives in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's still a college student. His bio doesn't have a lot except more than one mention about how he loves Crocs. I didn't know people still wore Crocs.
Yeah,
Is that still a thing? I don't know.
For Ovi, it is. Yes.
Yeah, I guess. But he is the one person in this cast who the live feed fanatics might like.
Yeah, I've been watching the show for quite a long time. I started in high school. I had an AP Sociology class. Shout out to Miss Item. And her assignment was to watch Big Brother.
Really?
And I thought it was really weird. I was like, I don't want to watch people 24/7. Like, this is kind of weird. But then I watched an episode, watched another episode, and I was hooked. So since, like, my sophomore year of high school, I've been watching the show since then. And then I went back, watched all the seasons.
Item. Shout out to Miss Item. And we started watching the show, and I thought this was really weird. I was like, why do I want to watch people 24/7 just do normal things? And then I just like started loving it. I was like, this is a social experiment. This is they're playing the game, strategic. And so I started analyzing it. And then after that, I just fell in love with the show, and it became my guilty pleasure. Between classes, this and that, I watch the show when I could, turn on the live feeds, look up updates, and so.
So he is the only person in the cast that said he was a live feeder of some sort.
For what it's worth, Cliff. Trust me, people have told me time and time again that Cliff watched the live feeds too. But that's yes, Ovi's. The
I can believe Cliff did.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. One more clip.
Oh, simple, quick win. Win. And I'm sorry, America. If they hate me, they hate me. But I came into this game not for the clout, not for any social media. I'm here to win this game because I love this game. I watched it so long. 1 year ago, I was on the couch watching this show and never thinking like, hey, that could be me. That brown boy who's 5'7" could be on this damn show. And I want to be on the show. I want to win this game because that's why I set my mind to do it. And so if I don't do that, I think I disappoint myself, people back home.
So it should be noted. He's his background. He's from Bangladesh, or his family's from Bangladesh.
He calls himself Bangladeshi American.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah, I don't have much of an opinion of him. Good for him that he knows the game. That might take him a ways.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be real exciting to watch. He might be the one that will go into the storage room and go, oh, the Big Brother storage room. I hope he's not that guy. But of this cast, he's the most likely. I don't have an opinion of him at all. What do you guys think?
Interesting. You want to go, Colette? You want me to go?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Look, he seems perfectly nice to me. There's nothing here that offends me.
Yeah.
But honestly, can he be devious? Can he be deceptive? Can he put on an act and strategize and be a leader? I don't think so. I'm not mad at his lisp either. I think it's kind of charming. I did not know that Bangladesh was pronounced Bangladesh.
I've heard it said that.
That's how he pronounced it. And Aiden from Married to Medicine has never pronounced it that way, so I was very surprised. Look, he's super nice.
Yep.
Very likable. I can't criticize his personality at all. However,
oh Jesus,
I don't know if he's gonna wow me with his hardcore strategic chess moves game. Is he?
No, I think he's
be super slick and extra, or is he just gonna be like, oh my god, I would totally hang out with him and play cards with him or have a beer with this guy?
You know what he will be?
I'll tell you that right now. But but wait, hold on. But I will say he did start to lose me when he said that he was going to wear Crocs in the house. Now you're pushing it with me, Obi. There's no reason for a grown man in his 20s to wear Crocs, not even if you're a world-class chef with sexual allegations against you. No, there's no reason for you to wear Crocs. There is no excuse for a grown man to have bad footwear. So stop it. Don't act like a child. And that's nothing that worries me. It's he's super niceable. Niceable. Oh my God, how drunk am I? He's super nice. He's super nice and likable. But he's well, hey, I'm going to wear my Crocs. Yeah, no, stop it. Stop it. Be a man.
He will be the one that will beat a horse to death. They'll be in the bedroom whispering, and he will just go on and on and on about things that aren't important.
Oh, so not a literal horse. Yeah.
So he's going to be like me.
No, not a literal horse. No, he's going to be the one that over talks things that really don't matter.
Yeah, like me. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you,
okay.
Mike. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
So I like Ovi. He was also his. So it says college student, but that's because he just graduated from college. He was the president of his student government association for University of Tennessee, Knoxville, or whatever, which to me says he's charismatic. He has the ability. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. He seems like a really, as you said, Colette, and I think even Scott, friendly guy, easygoing guy.
I said niceable. Super
Niceable.
You did say niceable.
Good word.
We're adding that to lexicon.
The lexicon, niceable. So yeah, I think he's a niceable guy, and that is the good question though. Will that get him far? How far will he go? I think it'll get him at least mid-game.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think
definitely going to get to jury. I don't think he's going to be.
He's not a big threat, but he'll last a while.
He's not a physical, awesome specimen. I went and looked up some of his. I went and down his girlfriend actually tweeted a couple of questions about stuff and got into my timeline, and so I went looking at her Instagram, and she's got tons of pictures of the two of them and pictures of him in a bathing suit. He's not a fit specimen. He's kind of a, he's okay. But that to me says he's not going to be a comp beast. He's not ripped.
No.
And so it's like that'll get him mid to the game. No one's going to see him as a comp beast, so he'll get at least into jury, and how far he goes after that depends. Yeah, so we'll see. I think he'll be enjoyable. I do think he'll beat, as you said, he'll beat a horse to death and talk about stuff, much like me. So maybe that's why I'm going to like him. He kind of reminds me of.
So of when the couples rumors was floating around earlier this week, this is the worst example of those rumors. Because
he was in one of those rumors.
Yes, because Jackson apparently also went to the University of Tennessee.
Oh yeah, there was
and so there is like a 5-year-old tweet where Ovi says Jackson, something along the lines. I'm paraphrasing here. Jackson's going to come over and play video games. That's not what it was, but the word Jackson was in the tweet. It's 5 years old. It just happens to be that he knows a guy named Jackson.
So I didn't realize until just now so Ovi was I knew he said he was his class president or whatever, but he's the University of Tennessee Knoxville versus Jackson probably went to the University of Tennessee Central campus.
Well, apparently they have the same major too. Okay.
Yeah, but they're different.
I know.
Yeah.
This is just.
But I didn't.
You're comparing Jackson and Ovi.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Let's put each on a horse and put him in a ring and let him go.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Stop
That's how crazy Big Brother Twitter was.
Stop it.
Okay, let's move on. We're almost through them all. We're almost done. We moved to Sam Smith, originally from West Nanticoke, Pennsylvania, lives now in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. He's a truck driver. There were some pictures a couple of weeks ago of a truck driver being given a key. It apparently was this guy. This guy babbles. But I don't mind what he says here.
What past house guest do you not want to be like?
Swaggy say.
Thank you.
Way too cocky.
Okay.
Like when he'd be doing the interviews and he'd be like, I saw that she was getting close to winning, so I had to bring it in and I was going to win it. Like, calm down. You didn't know you were going to win it. You just happened to win it, and I can say that. But you didn't know you were going to win it.
You just came for poor Swaggy.
That's the best explanation of Swaggy I've heard yet. Perfect. Well done.
Yeah.
And this is when he starts to lose me.
All right, so there's two phases to this.
All right, I like
Derek's my biggest fan ever.
Oh,
I loved his game. I love his strategy and everything. And if
Derek
I could,
likes you?
Derek and I are boys now.
He's saying your biggest fan.
Oh no, I'm his biggest. I'm his biggest fan.
Did you say yours?
I think I did. All right, let's not focus on the past. Let's move on.
We'll edit that out. We're only live.
Oh, good. All right. So the first couple weeks, people vote out social threats. And then the weeks after that, people vote out physical threats. So I think coming in, like I even had plans, like coming to the house, because like I'm going to go full me, and I'm going to be super outgoing, this is me. But then after I've had like a lot of time to think in the hotel, I've come to conclude that I don't think I want to come in as hot as I was planning to. So like I was planning, when you sit around the table and you all introduce yourself?
Yeah.
I wanted to do a big joke, and I wanted to make a big alliance with everybody and have the world's biggest alliance on Big Brother. That was my plan coming in, just to create something that I could say, like, I did. Yeah. Well, after, like, rethinking it, I don't think I am now.
I was going to do that gimmick where I sped up the audio as he went on, because this guy babbled. He was asked about his family, because he's got a wife and a couple kids. Yep. I swear, of the 8-minute Jeff interview, 5 minutes of it was his answer to that. This guy, God loves him. He goes on and on and on. One more little clip here.
I would win and be hated by America, because I don't really care what other people think. I already have haters now when I've switched my political views. I don't really care. Hate me, love me, that's fine. I'd rather if you loved me. I would like that. But however, if as long as my family loves me, and it's for my boys, it's for my wife, I really don't care. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna walk past you, you're gonna give me a smirk? Great, good job, I don't care. It's fine.
So is this guy this year's rodeo guy? What was his name in 19? The rodeo clown that broke Christmas's leg?
Something with the clown.
Jason?
Wait, what was it?
Wasn't it Jason? Wasn't that his name?
With the bull. No, but he had a name.
Cowboy. Was he not Cowboy?
No, it wasn't Cowboy.
Dang it.
It was, I don't know, like Horseshoe or... I
don't know. Jason was his name. He was.
It was Jason.
Yeah.
No, but he had a nickname.
He did have a nickname. Yes.
That's what I care about. The nickname with the horse, like Pokey.
Clown.
I gotta look.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, he reminded me of him.
We don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Jason Dent. Yeah, what was his name?
No, but that's not his clown name.
No, I know.
But the only thing I liked about him is
Shemp smacked my ass. I don't know what it was.
The only thing I liked about him is he broke Christmas's foot. That's
the only good thing about him.
Isn't he this year's version of that? Except maybe he knows a little bit more about the game. No. No, what do you guys think then? Tell me. I don't have an opinion, really.
I'm still freaking obsessed over Jason's freaking name. I'm like, what the hell is his name? Whistlenut.
Whistlenut!
I had to look it up, man.
Yes, I knew it was something. Yeah.
Thank you, Big Brother Wiki. Yes, thank you. All right. I don't... He seems... I like the fact that he doesn't give a damn what people think. But yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. He's like, I'm about family. That's all I care about. He said his wife is the one that got him to apply for this. He didn't even think about it. His wife's the one that talked him into it. So he's doing it for his, for his family, for his wife. But yeah, he is a fast talker. He's saying a lot. He said something in that first clip that I wanted to comment on, and then you went on the next one. Oh, what was it? I can't remember.
That was the swaggy one.
Oh no, then it was the second one. What the hell? Was
the other one? The second one was about Derek.
Oh hell, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay. It's not important. We'll talk about him next week. It's not important. He's loud. He's obnoxious. He's gonna be. He kind of like he reminds me of Chef, the chef from 14.
Oh yeah. The one that
shouting in the diary room.
Yes, he will be the one shouting in the diary room. He was shouting in the interviews, pretty much.
Right. That's what I mean. That's why it's like, oh my God, stop being so on and so in your face kind of thing. We'll see. I'm not hating.
The chef was the one that tried to fight Willie. Remember that?
He butted Willie, and they headbutted, and he went, ooh, that hurt, and they threw Willie out of the house. And then we had Willie on our show.
That's right. That's right. Colette, what do you think of this?
I mean, I was as annoyed by his Oscar speech as everybody else was. But besides that, I couldn't decide if he was completely insane or kind of hilarious.
Okay.
Is he a total nut job, or is he going to be my only entertainment? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I was totally torn. I could 100% need this guy to die in day 3, or I could be like, I'm laying my life on the line. I'm sacrificing everything. I'm burning even more virgins for him. I'm straddling that line right now. I don't know, because sometimes he was cracking my shit up. He was really, really making me laugh. And I was loving him. And then other times it's like, oh, could he be too extra? Yeah, I am 100% middle of the road. I'm going to need this first week in the house to tell me how he's going to be once the game starts.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, but seriously, there is a part of me that could love this guy. Despite his Oscar speech, I could love him.
Yeah.
I think he will be either one of the last people before jury or like a little bit in the jury. That's kind of where
and plus, he hates Swaggy.
Okay.
What's not to love about that?
That's a good
What's
point.
not to love?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, and now we hit our. We finally hit number 16. Tommy Bracco, age 28, from Staten Island. He's a Broadway dancer. He's been in Newsies, and what was the other one? The other Pretty Woman? Was it Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman is what he was currently in, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pretty Woman was a musical, but yeah, I knew he was in Newsies. We talked about that.
Got a couple clips. Let's start off. I have to admit, he says who he likes, and then he admits what was wrong with him.
So you said Davon was your favorite.
Oh, I love Davon.
Then you also said you don't get starstruck. So I was gonna bring her out here for you, but you're like, but she won't get starstruck. So is there a point of me if I bring her out, will you at least show her some love?
Is she here?
I read it, so I'm just wondering if I bring Davon out right now, will he be starstruck?
Yeah.
Well, I'm joking. She's not here. No. What did you love about Davon?
What I loved about Davon is that she always knew what was going on.
Yes.
She always had the information. She just didn't know what to do with it.
There you go.
Yeah. She can't help herself. It's who she is. She's got to talk. She's got to get it out.
That is pretty right on, because I've always said Davon is the most overrated player in Big Brother history. Everybody loves her so much, but she was terrible on both of her seasons.
Yeah, I never think of Davon when it comes to better players.
Yeah, but I understand where people love. I mean, the memes of her are funny.
Yeah,
you know, I get why people love her.
When she gets evicted, she walks out. That's great.
Yeah,
that's a great
but she
look
was
when you're
not a
walking out of
good
the
Big
house.
Brother player. You know, and so I like the fact that this kid says I liked her, but she just didn't know what to do with the info chat. Okay, this is more about his strategy.
I want to be the fun, crazy, energetic, loud one that is just there to have a good time, make the other house guests have a good time. And I don't want them to know that I'm a gamer, that I'm ready to compete in these competitions. I'm going to be throwing some competitions in the beginning. I don't want to win until halfway through. Then that's when I'll kick it into gear and really get started.
I mean, but you.
Oh, shut up, Jeff. So I faded him out. You know, that's not a bad plan. Life of the party, but really not going to kick it in to win things. So I don't know. I'm kind of impressed by this guy. Okay, continue on. He compares Big Brother to Broadway.
Building a new musical is a lot like being in the Big Brother house. You're working, people move from all over the world to be in New York City to audition to be a dancer. I'm lucky that I'm born in Staten Island. I live there with my family, but people move from all over the place to be there. So now you're in a cast with people, different cultures, different nationalities, different sexual orientations, like all different kinds of people.
Right.
And you have to work together.
I have no problems with what he said there. And finally, one more clip.
Here's the thing. So I'm gay. You know, there's not usually more than one gay person in the house, but if there was, I'm not the type to get into a showman's. That's not my style.
All right.
And speaking of embarrassing is what brought this up. I can't do that in front of my mother. I don't know what she would do.
So he's pretty aware of what the makeup of a typical Big Brother cast is. I think this kid, guy, whatever, man, I think he has the potential to go a long, long ways this year. I think I think if he might ruin himself by being a little too much at first, you know. But I think if he reins it in a little bit, I think he's got the combination of a personality. Probably will do well at comps. He's definitely going to be good on the standing on the wall things. I think.
Sure.
So I have high hopes for him. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, there's a connection here that we haven't. That you.
Oh yeah, I didn't bring it up. Yes,
there's two connections.
Yes, first off, it's his aunt that dated Christy for 7 years or whatever it was.
Right. So he knows Christy. There are pictures of him and Christy together in the past. So they're aware of each other. They know each other. Whether they knew each other was going to be on the show or not, who knows? But there is a connection there. There is also a connection, to some people's disdain, that Tommy is friends or is acquainted with Gina Marie from Big Brother 15.
Yes, because they grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. They were in the same dance studio together for years. Gina, I DM'd Gina this week and said, "Hey Gina, is this true? I heard you said this, but I hadn't seen it anywhere. So can you please confirm?" And she said, "Yes, we went to we were in the same dance studio together. He's a great family. He's a great guy." That's all Gina said. But that endorsement, that happiness that
you don't want Gina Marie's endorsement.
Apparently, there's people that are like, I can't have anything to do with Tommy now because he's friends with Gina Marie.
Oh,
he knows
fuck
Gina
them.
Marie.
Fuck
Whatever.
them. Fuck them.
I think the fact that he knows Gina Marie means that, in theory, he's had some contact with her about, what did you do? How would you do on Big Brother? What would you do? Not that Gina Marie's going to give a ton of good advice, but she's going to give some. She did get second place. Let's not forget. He seems to have it all really together. The fact that when was the last time a gay guy was voted out before jury? I'm trying to think. I don't know, and maybe there have been, but it seems like he's been
Jose.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. All
yeah,
right.
that's a special circumstance.
Tommy is not a Jose, so you're right. But very good recall there, Colette.
That was, I can't even believe I came up with that, but yeah.
But you did, and you're right, and yeah, that was that. But that is a special circumstance. I think he's definitely going to go far into the show, and I think he does seem to have a good self-awareness, and I just think he's going to do well, and I think he seems pretty likable too.
Yes, so I agree with all that.
I think I'm going to enjoy him on the show.
Yep. Ms. Lala?
Okay. I have seen some of the best movies made in the history of cinema. I have an exceptional knowledge of actors and actresses in the Hollywood studio system. Ever since the invention of film. Having said all of that, one of my favorite movies of all time is the film Staying Alive, starring John Travolta.
Okay. I thought you were going to go chorus line.
No, yes. It is what I don't know what it's directed by Sylvester Stallone. It stars Cynthia Rhodes in it, Finola Hughes. It's about just a run-of-the-mill guy from the Bronx, I believe, and all he wants to be is a dancer on Broadway, and he wants to be famous.
Wow.
Wow, it does sound like somebody.
Damn.
Wait a minute, this could be my accent. Oh my God, I might need him to last. Okay, so I see this kid come up, and he's looking. He's got the look. He's got the hair. He's got the mother that he's talking about. And he's a dancer. He's a dancer on Broadway. And I'm like, oh my God, it's John Travolta. Oh my God, it's Staying Alive. It's Staying Alive. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. And then he's like, oh, I'm gay. And I'm like, oh wait, no, John wasn't gay. John was juggling 2 women and probably 3 and 4 and 5 and whatever. But okay, fine, I can deal with that. But and then and obviously I didn't know. And again, I didn't dig deep. I don't know about the Gina Marie thing. I don't know about the lesbian aunt with the woman with the hippie store and the bad peasant blouses. I didn't know about all that. But yeah, no. So I feel that instinct, that instant. Oh my God, I just want to love you and eat you up, just because of that, just because of the Staying Alive thing. Yes! Last line of the movie.
This is the end. You made your choice and now my
That's what you're talking about, right?
Frank Stallone, baby. Yes, he's in the movie. Frank Stallone is his romantic rival. It's the best movie in the world. Seriously, Gone with the Wind. It's my number 2.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I can't explain it. I can't. This is my favorite movie since I'm like 12 years old. Since I'm like 12 years old, you don't understand.
I mean, that's kind of like me saying a They Might Be Giants album after a Clash record.
But this also explains why my philosophy in life is all about working hard to get what you want, because that's what he does. He's a hustler. He works hard. He doesn't sit around and wait for it to be handed to him. No, he doesn't. So yes, in that way I have a soft spot for Tommy, but there is a part of me that worries that he's going to be like, I'm on Broadway.
Yes, exactly.
I don't see that. I don't see that with him.
Like, is he going to be he who can't be named?
No.
Yeah, that's my worry.
No,
that's my worry.
Tweeted me thing, and it got me worrying. I hope it's not that. But so for me, actually, you know what's going to break it down for me is it's going to be who he aligns with, I think. Because if he teams up with that money-hungry Kemi, that's going to bother me, I think. I think that's really going to bother me. Because remember, all she wants is money. All she cares about is money. She doesn't give a shit about anything but money. That is going to bother me if he teams up with her. But if he teams up with somebody else that I like, whether male or female, I don't care, I could really get behind him. I could work on my accent. We could start playing songs. It could be a thing. We could start tweeting video. Like, this could be my summer.
That's right.
I'm seeing it. Look, he's salt of the earth. He's salt of the earth. He's Gina Marie.
He is a little bit.
Wait, don't compare him to Gina Marie. Let's.
No.
So I literally. I've said before, I'm on the fence with a lot of other players. Like my Tommy Bracco fence, it's life or death. It is do or die. It is destruction or creation. It's seriously. It's really important that
I think all three of us agree that this guy has huge potential.
I tweeted it. I said when you start
the combination of being good at competitions, being athletic.
He's athletic. He's athletic. He's gay. That helps. Gay helps.
His attitude, his personality.
Yeah.
And the fact that he actually knows the game. He's got it all.
Yeah.
I hope he lives up to the promise.
This kid could go far. Yeah.
The kid could go far. Was that said in Staying Alive?
I don't know. I never watched Staying Alive.
I did. Somebody made me.
I made him watch.
I was gonna say this may become Big Brother homework.
No, you don't understand. This is the most important movie ever made in the history of filmmaking.
As I said, this may become Big Brother homework.
It really is.
This is the follow-up to. Isn't this the follow-up to?
Yes, to the mediocre prequel Saturday Night Fever. Yes, this is the exceptional sequel. Yes, it is.
All right.
Well, originally when I was putting together the outline for the show, I thought we would be done here. We'd just talk about the 60 people. It'd be over. But no, we got some more info to go through. First off, we talked about all the rumors that have been floating around. We threw them in variously wherever we were talking about the people involved. CBS did throw out their typical generic scary line. This is word for word. Quote, an unexpected twist that will force the house guests to rethink how they play the game. That could mean about anything, and the odds are we know that it'll be discarded after week 4.
Well, and remember, I did mention that Airstream, the Matthew McConaughey Airstream, is supposedly has a twist in it. But remember, wasn't there a trailer in the backyard, and they walked in and did a comp, and that comp meant something?
Yeah. That was over the top.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's that's what that means.
Yeah, probably. All right, and then I wasn't expecting this. We're kind of used to getting a couple feed leaks in a couple days before the show started. I didn't expect one on Friday.
Right.
That's a little earlier than normal. This is an audio-only feed leak. Started at 9:38 a.m. Big Brother time. Lasted just around 30 minutes, give or take a little bit. And it is Nicole and Christy talking, which is kind of like a scary...
Ovi comes in at the very end, but I don't know.
Yeah, Ovi's there because he comes up to want to use the shower, and he's involved in the conversation. So it's okay. Let's put a little disclaimer here that we don't know exactly if what either of them are saying is true.
Right. Exactly.
Because one person is HOH. You'll figure out who that is in a second. They could be... The other person is like maybe the last person to come up to talk to her before.
Yeah, she makes a comment at one point where she says, like, yeah, I'm just getting to talk to you now. You've talked to everybody else. And
Yes.
I'm now...
So everything this person is saying to the other person could be bullshit. But we do get some important info out of it.
Sure.
So first off, again, this is Nicole and Christy talking. It sounds like possibly out of the HOH comp, Nicole might have to wear some sort of costume.
So how was the rest of your night?
It was good. I haven't been called to DR yet.
Oh, still
That's
haven't?
Nicole.
Oh my god, so you literally have to put the outfit back on. Oh my god, I can't handle it.
As soon as Cliff got up, I got up after him, but he walked past me, he was like, girl, I feel so baby, you have to put that outfit back on.
So it sounds like not one that she has to wear all the time, but maybe for continuity purposes she has.
Right.
It could mean a lot of things, really. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But now we do get the verification that Christy is the HOH.
First HOH, it's always sucky because, yes, it's great because you're safe, like you guarantee yourself first
definitely.
week in the house.
Obviously,
Like,
yeah.
when you-
Congrats, obviously.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that part is great. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is so bad. Like,
I don't
of
wanna
course that's
complain, yeah.
great.
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, it sucks because you literally don't have anywhere to base your nominations yet.
Mhm.
You can't base it on strategy because I feel like no one's really... I mean, listen, I don't know who's talking or not, but no one's, like, aligning yet.
Yeah, nothing
There's no,
else.
like, major total threats that you can see yet, and you're like, everyone's like, oh, you just got to do what's good for your game. You just got. But I'm like, at this point, how do you know what's good for your game?
it's
Like,
true,
I
it's
just
true.
like everyone.
Yeah, nobody's going around like raging or screaming or being
Right.
a
I
crazy
almost wish
person.
there was like an asshole,
Yeah.
like a line was drawn
To be like,
kind of
oh,
somewhere. Yeah.
These two talking are my nightmare. Is my nightmare.
Oh my god. How the hell did she get the first HOH? First
We don't know.
HOH is like super duper athletic. Oh,
No, it's not. It's not. Remember, so we know, and this is the first, we know going into it, the show was taped. They went in the house on Wednesday. They did it in two parts. There was two different audiences. We're pretty sure, of course, that I'm thinking that they split it into two groups of 8 like they did last year. So maybe one group competed, one group competed, and they made it compete against each other. And even Grodner or someone in an interview said this first head of household is not going to be athletic. It's going to be almost anybody could win it.
No.
So,
well, all I remember is last season was Swaggy on that surfboard. Yeah.
Against Angela.
But the other thing to take from this, especially for you, Colette, because you said you hadn't heard any of this or anything, is this is some of the Scott and I are listening to this. This is not the Christy that this is the where's the incense burning? This is her pretty. It sounds like wow. She sounds like she's got a grasp of what's going on. She seems to be pretty much
especially
in
with
charge.
this next clip where she talks
Go ahead.
about her theory on nominations.
Right.
I want to nominate maybe the people that have the least like band together, like the least people like so attached to them that they would come after me.
Okay.
I also
That's smart.
don't want to nominate 2 boys or 2 girls. I want to split it up. I want to do a guy and a girl because I
Okay.
just feel it's fair. I don't want to piss off the guys or piss off the girls.
That's very smart.
In an ideal world, I think that boys are more dangerous because they literally form these bro alliances.
Mhm.
Fucking 30 seconds it takes in a storage
Yep.
room day one, and those are the ones that literally go to the
Yes.
end. I've seen it on so many seasons. I'm sure you have.
Mhm.
Whereas like girls, they say from the beginning like we're gonna stick together, girl power, and then they emotions get involved and they crumble.
Yes.
Boys are dangerous. Like
That's
Okay, well, I have a problem with I have literally heard 2 clips from her, and I've heard her reference old Big Brother seasons 85 times already. No, don't go into it playing BB11's game or BB14's game or BB18's game. You go in, you assess the situation you're in, and you play BB21's game. And this bullshit of, I'm going to do one girl and one boy because I think it's fair. Oh, shut up! Shut up! No! Get rid of the 2 people that you think are against you. That's who you nominate, you dummy.
Yes, yes.
Oh, the boys, I don't trust them. Yeah, because one broke your heart and then you went to women? What, is that why? I mean, I don't know.
A lot of New Yorkers in this season. You're going to enjoy this. You got a good New York accent there.
I need to work on it.
Yeah.
So, there are rumors, though, that on that first day somebody was evicted. We don't know if that's the case. I mean, especially since the first story, that big Instagram thing was completely off base. That 3, you saw it, Mike.
Yes.
That 3-paragraph thing that couldn't possibly happen.
Yeah, and I don't.
It was a 16 individual thing that they were describing. Yeah. That could not happen.
Well, yeah. And the audience never sits around for those competitions anyways. I personally, I know you're going to play a clip here, but I personally don't think someone's been evicted yet. So, but go ahead and play the clip.
I'm going to play the clip. And I don't think there is either, but I'm playing the clip because a lot of people think there is, especially since a couple people aren't mentioned at all in this half hour. So, all right, here's the clip.
Now, like, between us, if I had to say at this point who I trust the least, yesterday morning I would have said I don't know.
Okay.
But after talking to a few people and hearing, like, how, like, okay, so for example, apparently Mickey had promised, like, made a pact, like the 4 people that volunteered in the beginning made like a total pact to each other that no matter who got it, they weren't going to pick any of them 4 because they stood up and they volunteered.
Oh, really? I didn't
know that either. But Cliff and Jess both told me that. And then Mickey went and nominated all 3 of them.
Okay, so the theory is that Nick won this first night thing and put these people up that were supposedly on his side.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And I'm thinking, wasn't it last season they had a thing where they had 4 teams of 4? Or was that 19?
I don't know
it's
when
like,
it was, but they've had.
Did they volunteer to be in the first 4? Or we just don't know. There's so much we don't know, and people are reading so much into this 30-minute little audio clip, trying to decipher what happened.
Yeah.
I really just don't think they would have gotten rid of somebody.
And here is some more about how remember she's talking to probably the last person of the entire crew. So don't take what she's talking about nominations seriously, but it's the only thing we got. So this is the first of the man she may put up.
Okay, so who else next? Okay, so Cliff. It literally broke my heart, but I straight up told him, like, he's definitely an option for me, and I love him so much, but I do have faith that whoever he is up against, I don't think he's going to go home because I mean, I don't know. I would never vote him out. I spoke to Sis. I spoke to Bella, Holly, Tommy.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry I'm talking to you so late.
No, they all kind of just came up here like at once. Like it was just well, actually no, at first it was Tommy when he was giving me cortisone cream and we were supposed to just do one on, and then the 3 girls came up and then it just was like a train. So who was it? Bella, Sis, Tommy, Holly. I think that might be it. All straight up said, like, they will not vote Cliff out.
Okay.
So Cliff may be the pawn. Also, she went
on. Who the hell's Tommy?
What?
Who's Tommy?
Who's Tommy? He's the guy we just talked about last. The Broadway guy.
Oh, that's right, Tommy. Oh, God, wow.
Mike, you already forgot people's names.
No,
Tommy is Travolta.
I know who Tommy is.
Yeah.
Sis. So Sis was the name that came up as, and I think it's Annalise. I think that's Annalise. I think that's who Sis is, but that's my speculation.
No, people are saying that's Mitch. That's Jackson's last name. Mitch.
Wait.
I thought they were calling him Mitch.
Sis, is it bad that I suggest that Sis is Kemi?
Maybe.
I don't know. Could be. Yeah, like Sissy, like I could see that too.
I thought
I'm
that
not sure.
because we have a Jackson and a Jack, people have been saying they're calling Jackson by his last name.
They have been
Meech.
saying they were calling Jackson by his last name, but I don't. I wouldn't. Would you call Jackson Sis?
Oh, well,
is that how
Meech
much you would
and
change his
Sis
name?
can
Yeah.
sound similar. I
Sure.
think maybe
no,
you
it's
heard
okay.
it wrong.
Either way.
Okay.
I misunderstood. I see your comment here now. You said she didn't want to target Nick yet. You said she doesn't want to target Nick yet. Did she say that?
Yeah, she did. She did. But it was like a 5-minute like rambling thing. Where
I thought she was talking about Jack that she didn't want.
No, it was Nick because she just said that thing about the clip I just played about Nick, about the three people, blah blah blah, and she's worried that he's a strong guy. I mean, if she was to put him up, he would then go after her.
I'm just surprised that Nick is on anybody's radar this early on. That's why I'm kind of surprised.
okay.
About. I thought she was talking about Jack at one point, but yeah.
But this is right after she said that thing about Nick in that first night.
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay.
Yep.
So now she kind of said to the two interviews that she was going to keep her sexuality secret, but she comes she comes right out and tells right here.
Listen, she was my only relationship with a woman. Yes, it was 7 years, and yes, it was my most recent, and yes, I date women now. But I did have 2 serious boyfriends, and, whenever I do tell my story and I say my ex-boyfriend, it is true. Like, I had 2 ex-boyfriends, and when I refer to my last relationship, I don't know if you noticed, but I just say my relationship. I learned a lot from that, or, it ended. I don't say he or she because I don't want to answer a million questions until I'm in a one-on situation like this. When I feel comfortable to tell someone it'll come up. But, I'm not labeling myself and waving my rainbow flag, and when I feel, cool enough with someone to tell it, I'll tell you.
Oh, God.
That's just, I said, I'm not going in the house playing my sexuality thing. It's just when it comes up and it feels like the time is right, then I tell you.
Yeah,
and that's it.
definitely.
I told maybe.
And I won't say.
Oh my God! Getting audio.
Stop
of
it! I
this.
like Chrissy. Stop it! Stop.
I actually like her too, but getting audio of her is going to be a nightmare.
Yes, there is that. She said specifically to Ika, because I listened to it yesterday as we were driving. She said, "I am going to keep my sexuality to myself, but I am going to selectively reveal it to people as a way to kind of imply to them I am giving them a secret that I'm just sharing with them." Which I guess maybe that's what.
Why Nicole of all people?
I know. I don't know. This is that's what confuses me. But I agree with you completely. She said she was going to keep it secret. Why is she telling Nicole? I didn't get it either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is possibly who her target actually is.
I don't have a target.
Yeah.
But I do feel that the only person, I have to base my decision on who I feel really good around, and then who maybe gives me a negative energy. And the only person that is instilling any type of negativity in this house in the short 3 games is Kat, and that's because I feel like her paranoia is rampant, and she follows me from room to room. I know you're gonna nominate me. I know you're gonna nominate me. And then every time she walks in the room, the first sentence out of her mouth is, "Are you guys conspiring against me?"
Was she
Are you guys
okay last night? I don't. Not your.
No.
She was kind of zipping around, very erratic. And I said to her, "Are you all right?" And she said she didn't. Her meds ran out, so I got really nervous.
Yeah, all she talks about is her medications, which I don't judge. I spent 2 years on anxiety medication. I don't judge it.
Yeah, I don't judge at all.
I didn't go around frantically talking about it.
But I imagine they know, right?
They call her in the morning to give it
She got this morning. Her and Nick. So.
That's
She made me nervous when she I ran out, and she was just like.
Well,
and I was like,
paranoia. She's freaking out. Literally from the moment my feet hit that ground after the HOH competition, she literally beelined to me and was like, "I know you're going to nominate me because I fell first. It's going to be me and Jack, right? You're going to put me and Jack." It was girl, I literally am covered in slime right now. I don't know. I literally have no idea. But
So Catherine is our hot mess this season. The one on meds.
She's a hot mess.
I can't get over how much this bitch talks.
Oh, I know.
Every clip that you pulled is her talking. She won't shut up.
But Colette, we've had 30 minutes of feeds, and so
and 29 minutes and 30 seconds of this bitch talking.
But it was just 2 of them talking. But the other option was if in a course of a week we wouldn't have done all this, but this is all we have. So I'm just saying, you're taking. We would take one
And
of these.
the funny thing
over the
is,
course of a week.
this other bitch, Nicole, did jump in a few times and dominate for about 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah,
but she had nothing to.
Clips are boring.
Yeah,
she's. Is that the last clip, Scott?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
the only other thing to note
I mean,
is she did say that Catherine and Jackson may be a thing.
They may be a thing. That Jackson is. There was a point where they walked into the room.
Wait, okay, wait.
And
I
Catherine,
like Jackson. I gotta check who's Catherine again. Wait, Catherine
Was that blonde crazy girl.
The Dallas cheerleader thing. They walked in. They walked in. They both commented on the fact that they're implying that they're not a thing, but they are a thing. Like
okay, well, I
Jackson's
like Jackson, and Catherine was a wait and see for me. So okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So there was at one point where they said in the feeds that they either Christy or Nicole said they walked in the room and Catherine was admiring Jack's abs, not Jackson, Jack.
She was
Aquaman.
counting his abs.
Yes, she was counting his abs, not Jackson again. Aquaman. We're talking about Aquaman and cheerleader.
Yeah.
And apparently, she asked him once, "Are we a showman?" And he was like,
"Are we?"
He was
Or
kinda
are we
like,
a
"What are we
showman?"
talking?
Kind
What are
of.
you talking about?"
Yeah, so
which makes me like
there's-
him.
There's something going on there potentially, but then the other thing that Scott didn't get in the feeds, which is perfectly fine because it's not necessary, but we can explain it, is that, and what made me go, wait a minute, hold up on this, everything we gleaned from this conversation, is that Nicole said Chrissy was trying to pry her for, who are you close to? Have you been talking to people? Nicole's like, wow, you've talked to everybody. I'm like one of the last ones you've talked to. It sounded like this was the kiss the ring bit.
Yeah, because they were going to do nominations a little
one,
bit. Yeah,
Nicole is one of the last ones in the room, and she's going like, wow, you've already talked to everybody. I didn't know you'd already done that.
which is why the info that she gives, let's take it worth a grain of salt.
Right. And go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm really glad I missed the kiss the Christie's ring. I can't listen to 15 of those.
Yeah.
So Nicole, but Christy said, if you heard that one bit that you played there, Scott, and I didn't pick up on it until right then, is Christy was talking. She said, well, so and so came in, and so and so came in, and so and so came in, and then Nicole said, wow, they all came in together. And then Christy got defensive and said, oh, no, it was all at different times. But I'm thinking right there, that was a clue onto a potential alliance right there.
Yeah, Nicole's
like Christy
the outsider.
kind of implied that there was a bunch of us in the room together, and Nicole's like, wow, that was all happening. And so the other thing that not in these clips that we've played is that Chrissy is picking Nicole's brain for who are you close to. And Nicole, the only name she gave up, and this is something that John caught because we were both listening to her, is she said she was kind of close to Jessica. But she basically said, no one's really approached me. And that's where I kind of went like, are you kidding me? No one's approached you? We're at day 3 at this point. You better have a Final 2 alliance by now because I guarantee you there's 3 or 4 or 10 Final 2 alliances already set up in that house. So that's where I kind of took this whole grain of salt with what Nicole was sharing with Christy or the back and forth. They're doing a dance, I think. I don't think they're very close. So you just have to weigh that in your mind. But it's the only audio we had.
It's the only audio we have. So, yeah. That really is the only true info that we know, and we don't know how true it is because they both could be blowing smoke up each other's asses. So
right, but I still think it gave me, and I think it gave you a slightly different perspective on Chrissy as far as yes, she talks a hell of a lot, but she also seems to be playing the game.
Well, and I thought that she would be a good gamer actually. So
yeah.
Okay, some little last-minute notes before we finally finish this marathon. First off, this week the show begins instead of the usual Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule. The premiere is on Tuesday night, and then the second show is on Wednesday, and then finally on Sunday. The feeds will start Wednesday night after the West Coast airing, so that will be 12 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Pacific, and of course, every night it will be on Pop after that. And then, of course, we want to remind you one last time, because I know there are some Tom Green fans out there.
There are a few.
If you want to
and
win,
there's some Big Brother Gossip fans.
If you want to win an autographed Big Brother Gossip bag, we will have info later on how you can possibly win it.
Scott, or day drinking. There's two.
Or day drinking.
No, shut up. Don't rub it in.
So please, if you're on the fence about signing up to us through Patreon, this might be a reason why. Patreon.com/Big Brother Gossip. And I think we're done, right?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Colette's gotten really quiet in the last few minutes, so I know she's done.
She's tired. She's had enough.
Yeah, I'm a little tuckered. No, I'm just listening because I didn't catch the feed leak when it happened, so I was just listening.
All right. Final plugs. You can go first then.
Okay, you can follow me on Twitter at Colette Lala, ColetteTellala. If I haven't blocked you,
You are the queen of blocking.
no, but I will say my block hand, much like my pimp hand, was very heavy. In the spring, I was blocking people big time, and it was like Real Housewives related, because I didn't like what was going on, and if you were like really mean or yelling at random people that you didn't know, I was like, you know what, I don't need you in my life. And then I started blocking all these random people, and then it literally hit me a couple months later. I was like, oh, wait a minute, they could be Big Brother people. So if you go to follow me, and for some reason you can't follow me in a roundabout way, you discovered that I blocked you, just tweet Scott and Mike and be like, hey, I think she blocked me, and then I'll give you another chance and I'll unblock you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
sweet side of...
I'll start from scratch,
Yes.
but I still think you're probably a dick during Real Housewives. I will say that.
The sweet side of our girl, Colette Lala, will come out. And
Also, just friend me on Facebook, facebook.com/Colette.Lala. Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Colette Lala. Instagram, it's interesting because you just send me a little DM and just be like, hey, I listen to the show, and I'll totally accept you. And like just now, I was on Twitter tweeting photos of my little Cinnamits that I made, and a lot of people had no idea I ever made them. And I'm like, what? I've been making dozens of these mitts. How did nobody know? If you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on Facebook, you could have placed an order and picked a color. How did you not know? So just make sure you're following me on all of my things.
all right, Mike.
That's wait. And if you need the feeds, Big Brother live feeds, kindly go to ColetteLala.com and sign up for the feeds.
Now it's Mike's turn.
So you can follow me on Twitter at BBGOSSIP. I will be tweeting out, plug your ears, Colette, a link to a video of Tom Green actually signing those items. I said to plug your ears.
I hate you.
Yes, but I'm doing it as a giveaway for our patrons. I'm giving it as a giveaway for our patrons. And a shout out as well to just for me to Matt Gray, because I didn't know at the time that Colette had done those things for him, but I also became an executive producer of his movie. Totally aside to that, I was like, I'm signing up for this, and I did it after he became a patron first. Said I'm going to become an executive producer. So a shout out to Matt Gray. Very cool of him to become an executive producer of our show. We appreciate it, and hope you guys have a great week. And we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll be live next weekend for those of you.
We will be live somewhere. If Mixer's
we'll
not back,
one way or another.
We'll be back somewhere. Probably YouTube Live or something. So, all right. Yes, my Twitter is Big Brother Gossip. No E in the so it's BIGBROTHRGOSSIP. Also, my other Twitter is Paul is Dead. PAULISDED. No A in dead. I like to leave out one letter of anything I do. I do a music podcast called The Ledge. You can find out more information at scotthudson.blogspot.com. Please listen if you like weird music. That's me. I'm Weird Music Man. So
not weird. It's good music.
Well, thank you very much. And I think with that we're done, right? We're done.
Mm-hmm.
We're done.
Are. Yes.
We always say that the premiere show is going to be like short.
This is long.
And it ends up being long because we have a lot to say about 16 fucking people.
Yep.
But now we're done. Bye.
Bye.
I'm waiting for Colette.
Bye, bitches.
There you go.
Bye-bye.